Hey guys, welcome to the close. We are awaiting Mr. Jerome Powell, who is set to begin speaking at the Wall Street Journal. Get this, the Future of Everything Festival is the name of the conference that's happening today. That will see Mr. Powell making some comments this afternoon. So as that happened, it hasn't started yet. So when it does, we'll bring that to you and walk you through that as far as the market move is concerned. Otherwise, pretty impressive, positive day after an early dip for stocks. We're right back to near session highs, 1.62 there for the S&P, almost 2%. It's the NASDAQ leading the way right now. TSX here in Toronto, 1%. Otherwise, a little bit unchanged, 1.3 for Ethereum there at the bottom. Leading the way, here we go. That's a look at a very green board right across the entire thing. Yeah, look at Walmart, 11% to the downside there off of that earnings report. We'll talk about Walmart. Kroger getting dragged along with it, down about 4% on the day. Communication stocks, material stocks, tech stocks, industrials, financials, and consumer discretionary, all in positive territory, all with pretty impressive moves right across this entire board today. Nice bounce. Paramount, we talked about a little bit earlier. You can throw that in the same group with Citigroup today as stocks that Warren Buffett is buying more of. So Para up 13%. Take-Two reported a pretty good report for them. So really nice afternoon, positive right across the board. Just watching a few things as we get into the afternoon. As I said, Jerome Powell set to take to the podium to make some comments here as far as the economy is concerned, and inflation obviously could be a market moving event, or it could be absolutely nothing because everyone is still expecting another half-point rate hike to come at the next meeting. As we kick things off, hope your afternoon is going well. The market just with a bit of a downtick back through 40.60, 40 and a half. Big level for the S&P that we'll watch here this afternoon, but we're right back at the top of the range. As we do every afternoon, we'll kick things off with a bit of a review, talking a little bit about what we were discussing in the pre-market this morning and opportunities available for you at the open this morning, including one from Sean whenever he's set. Okay, he's ready. Okay, great. Let's get over to Sean and hear about one of his trades.
Hey guys, it's your trader of the day. It's the hot guy over here killing me. All right, we're going to make this one as simple as possible because we did it again. It's AMD. It's been long for a while on this stock, man. As soon as we made that bottom at 80, and I don't have much to show you. This is just how wild AMD is today. Already 110 million shares. I know we don't show the level too much on the screen here, but this is what it looks like. It's just a wild ride, man. Up and down, tons of levels getting crushed, tons of volume. Look at the speed here. It's 2 o'clock right now in the afternoon, and I know Fed Chair Powell speaking right now, but still, stock's not really moving, but look at all the volume going through, tons of volume here. Look at the NASDAQ up 1.84% today. And let's just go over to the beast that is AMD. Look, I could show you 20-minute charts, daily charts, but this has just been a monster for a while now. And we finally, for a while, like a week, we finally today get to take out that $100 level. I'm going to make this as simple as it could possibly be. This is the pre-market bottom. Look at the barcoding right here. So, if you're going to play barcoding stock, why not play AMD? The reason why, the market was up today, so we know we wanted to go long. That's the one lesson that I try to tell all the traders behind us every single day is pick a direction for a stock that just look that way. You can make it as simple as possible. You don't have to say, oh my God, I'm looking for longs, I'm looking for shorts. If you want a long, I've been sticking with Facebook and AMD. If I want shorts, I'm looking at Microsoft and Apple. It's just the way they've been trading lately. So this to me was a simple one. We always wait. This is another key lesson if we're going to learn something here. I always wait for the first couple minutes of the market. Why? It's just too whipsaw-y. Like today, the market opens up. We're down here at 97. It makes a move almost all the way to 99 instantly before falling back down. Look where I'm sitting. Again, to me, this isn't rocket science. I know I have the experience, but that's why this trade of the day hopefully is helping you guys out. I'm just waiting right there at 97. So we actually get like a 97.40 or 97.50, something like that. And here's our line. We drew this. That's 97-ish. So if it breaks back down below that line, I can get out for at most 30, 40, 50 cent hit. It's fine. We can absorb that, especially as our first trade. But then look what happens. Boom, the market just rockets to the upside. And even I mean, the NASDAQ didn't even move that aggressively there. It's just we were on the right stock, bang it to the upside, and then we just start taking it out. That's $98. So that's the first take is $1 there. Then it goes up. That's $99.50 we wind up getting out. So we're pretty much out of the trade. And then because we're only looking long, you're not going to see any shorts into here. So we wait for pullbacks down. We don't get long when you're up in this range. This is $100 right there. So as you can see, you draw a line. It was actually resisting that $100. So that's why on the way up, we get out $99.50, should have held. But look what happens. It brings it right back, gives us that reload again at $98.50. Why did we take $98.50? Just some of these wicks, those were the bottoms. So it's like, hey, we'll take $98.50, try to get this thing to come back in. The funny thing about this, and I said this on the live show, that this was going to be the trade of the day, and then I'd have to have a problem justifying that. When this came all the way down, these are minute charts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 or 8 minutes of straight down action. So when we came and got ran over there, I was pretty nervous, thinking this market was going to start to head southbound, right? Unfortunately, I had a full position there, and I got out of half almost instantly. I started second guessing my position. Probably shouldn't have done that, because look what happens. My next out is for 50 cents. The out after that is for almost $2 there, up to $100 again. We get out. Perfect. Comes back in. We reload this time at $98.50, a little bit higher than this level. Reload it right there. Then boom, boom, boom. And this is where you got to try to hold on to something, right? So here's the move down in, and here's the hold. There's $100, so that's a $98.50. That's $100.50. Then the final out we gave to you live on the midday show. It kept bouncing off 102, okay? When it was bouncing off 102, we were like, if it takes it out, that's great, but we had to have an out. So I just used this 101.80 there as an out. We got out of that, so that's about a $3 plus change win there for AMD. Look, this is all hindsight. It's all done. So we look forward to tomorrow. We'll hopefully hit this again. The key thing about it is the last 3 days of trade all been positive for me. And every single day, if you watch the show, we've had an AMD long at the very bottom of the day because we were patient and we believed in it. It also helps that the NASDAQ's ripping. Remember, if it's a short day, like I come in and the NASDAQ's down 1%, 1.5%, 2%, then we're not trying to buy the stock. We're actually waiting for a more drastic move to the downside than just simply coming down to pre-market levels. So we had the NASDAQ booming, and we knew we wanted AMD long. That really is the key. So to take anything away from this, sure, this was great. It was a great hold. It's a good move. But at the same time, tomorrow, as long as the NASDAQ stays where we are, right, and AMD is still pumping, we'll look for the long again. Know your stock and know your direction.
For AMD today, great move for a lot of the tech stocks back to the upside. I just noticed Tesla, guys, trying to get back to day highs as well, up 5% on the day. AMD and its upgrade were on the watch list today. Make sure you grab the watch list, guys. Every single day we send it out in the pre-market. That is the link if you want that. I have Mr. Powell in my ear right now, so I will pass along anything that develops from that. The first question was kind of ridiculous, so I won't even repeat it, but he's just talking about what he said at the last meeting currently. So the future is getting, a little bit more positive here as we continue to go to the upside.
He said, Powell said some things here like,
get long when Powell speaks, and here I am.
Reiterated 50 basis point next two meetings. I think that's the big line. Welcome, everybody. Powell is on the podium, obviously, so you're seeing just a bunch, right? Like ongoing rate increase is appropriate, but support on the FOMC for table 50 basis points at the next two meetings. I think that's kind of in line, so there's no doom and gloom to be had anywhere. At least I don't think there is, at least from what he's saying. But we're going to get to those headlines as they come through. That the market just took it was sliding down initially when he started speaking, and then just took a big leg to the upside. I saw Tesla, which was weak all day long, just broke the high of the day, taking out 760. I'm sure a few other things did as well. The NASDAQ just went to its high of the day before a slight reversal. So big time movement going into. I'm sitting there all in shorts and even trading this other small cap. But Powell on that podium, we can continue to move these markets, and we'll make sure we get you any of these headlines as they do come.
Yeah, that sucks, man. We were just net short there, and I even said to Brad, on the afternoon show. As soon as Powell talks, just get long. Jay Powell's been a big friend of mine, man, but not right now. Obviously doing that trade of the day, and this is part of what we do. Like, I was just short Facebook there, and it was rocking. Like, we were short. Look at this. We're short 202. We took right before this is 2 o'clock. Right before I went on the air there, we got a 50-cent winner. Then it busted the upside, and we had to get out. So not a whoa. Here we go. But Microsoft, hello. Even just what we were talking about there, we wanted a few shorts. So we're going to go back into the softy trade as that's rocking and rolling now. And that just made a nice move to the downside. I got to clean this up, but there it is. A nice wick out on softy. Softy just went to the high side, and we're like, nepa on that one. Now it comes right back down. I'm going to clean this up. But yeah, Jay Powell coming through.
It's
and
all over the place.
all over the place right now with this market. So, so far so good. Wish we didn't miss that initial move, but we did. Now we're here. We're in the control seat, and we're ready to control this market. Let's go to the downside softy.
Yeah, Coinbase got all the way up to $70 there on like it was just basically chilling out here at about 69. You know, it was cruising in a short. It got down to 68 bucks. Like, okay, whatever, it's $1 in the money. And then Powell jumps on there, jumps up to 70 even, pretty much the high of the day, and then falls right back to 69. So like in the span of just like 2 or 3 minutes, you got the high, then you backed off of those highs. We're just absolutely going ham here. And I've been talking about the whipsaw action in the market, right? Like, you know, we still are up 2%. The overall move is to the upside, but a lot of things just made huge spikes. I'm going to continue to watch Tesla. I was able to at least make my day back on Tesla because the short at the high of the day was pretty valid. I got out before Powell was talking of my Tesla short. I thought I was safe in all these small caps and Coinbase. Thankfully, Coinbase has helped, but it looks like I could have got back into Tesla. What insane whipsaw action, man. Like, that's nuts. Like, we just jammed. Everything took out the high. And then the NASDAQ just reversed right at the double top. It went right to the double top and reversed.
Man, we are loving life right now, guys. I mean, this has just been a big trade to the bottom side here. Too bad I can't clean up this Microsoft. By the way, my Unity is frozen. I can't even get it to activate. So, Neil, you're going to take these throws. I'm just going to edit this right here. Actually, I'll do it after. Microsoft's been weak today. You see the market up 2% and Microsoft down 1.1% right now. So, or sorry, up 1.1%, but down on the market. Like, you get a different correlation here between the two. So that's why we want to continue to be short Microsoft. And like this, the market's really starting to go. If you see here, this is why Neil and I, how do I do this so I can show this a little bit better? I just want to show the volume there without, because we have that bottom quarters there. Right here, so the volume really now starting to pick up since Fed Chair Powell started speaking. He rolled out the minions earlier. That didn't do anything, so he came through. And now, I mean, we'll get it from Brendan if there's anything spicy coming through. But this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. We need to see clear and convincing evidence of inflation coming down. That's what I want to see. Like, I want him or her or whoever is making these decisions here at the Fed as a group, I guess, to say what exactly are they looking for? What is that number on the CPI reading that we're looking for right now? Adios, amigos. We just got into a Facebook trade that we don't want, but that is fine. Microsoft tanked Citi now into $1 and change right now on Facebook, on Microsoft.
Yeah, dial it up, man. Like, if you had a resistance level that hit for one of your shorts, congratulations. So, I mean, I was looking at Coinbase earlier. I'm not gonna live this down because this was the shot, man. I'm not green today, but Tesla, that was it. I was short Tesla all afternoon. If I just hung on, this is the only one. If I had hung on to this, it would have been gold. Down to 750. Brendo, what did he say?
All right. So the broader picture here, guys, is he hasn't said anything we haven't heard before. So there's that. But the language is slightly different. So he's saying Q4 is when they will get to the point where they want to be as far as interest rates are concerned. But he said that is not the stopping point. So that caused that move down when he said that is not the stopping point. Again, he's targeting Q4, but might be more after that as well.
To show the power of the Fed, like, even garbage small cap stocks started heading back into the downside.
What the F is going on?
Like, just about everything headed. Like, we're back at 750. Like, are you kidding me? On Tesla. We'll get to this EOSC in a quick second there, but Tesla's back to 750, heading to the downside. Walmart's getting crushed, by the way. That's like now at 131. We might see a 130 on that thing before we're probably going to see it, but Coinbase is starting to fall like an absolute rock. I mean, even like really like Veru turned off at 15 again. Watch out for 15 on VERU. I'm not in Softy, but if you're watching like some of the big cap names there, okay, please load. Apple. Oh, there's a lot of dark pool wicks that came out this afternoon, so I got to clean some of these charts up like you, Sean. But 149. This is now back into VWAP. So yeah, a bit of a rug pull there. Coming, but you know what? We like clarification overall. This time it ends up taking us back to the downside. The market's still up 1.5 on the NASDAQ, so it is still up on the day. UVXY got a small bounce, but worth noting, that's been low volume. We're talking about that in the midday show. That's been low volume of volatility pretty much all day long, but let's see if there's any bounce. VWAP for a lot of these names coming back in here. Tesla there, Apple there. Going to check in on a few others just to see how they're going. I mean, I was watching Micron earlier. It had some relative strength. There's only two names in addition to AMD that were sort of stronger than the group. I want to see how the other two are doing because we've seen AMD. Micron's still holding up a little bit here. So, yeah, we're getting that pullback. I guess this is it is what it is. Powell doesn't always raise the markets, although he did take us through the high of the day at one point.
He did. Okay, like I'm getting like mysterious orders just showing up here. Like both of these Facebook trades, I didn't even have on. We'll take a loser there and a winner there on that. But really, this stock, you could test my Unity now. I don't know. It could be possibly working. No idea. But right now, maybe just heard that. Ooh, nice Fahad. Heard that. People wondering who Fahad is. Yeah, one day you'll figure it out who Fahad
Never.
is. Don't worry about who he is.
It's like the poker room.
Okay, right now. But anyways, Microsoft to the downside. It's just so funny, and I'm going to laugh at this because it's not funny at all. Like right there, we got stopped out as we went. And look, I was going to get stopped out anyways. That market took off there. But Facebook did start to tank, and I guess some of these orders that I left in there for this short started filling there, although didn't see them in my order log, but that sometimes can happen to you. So definitely, when you see the market rallying or moving like this dramatically, just go over, even us, like as professionals, air quotes there, you know, which I believe we are anyways, we even leave orders out and pending by accident. So make sure that you double check all of that. And I even said this even before we came back on the air and before this tank, that we wanted Microsoft and Apple short, right? So we come back and now you're seeing some of the explosion to the downside here for Microsoft, and we'll just check out, yeah, Apple's actually not doing that. It's more just Softy that's heading to the downside. So we just wicked down here to 263.50. I got to put some bids out there to get this. So here it comes back in right now. So I'm going to put a bid in the 60s, see if we get it on Softy. I mean, this is flying around 50 cents in like 20 seconds. So see, like it was just at 60s. I thought we were going to get it. Now you're right back up to 90s. So liquidity is here. It's pretty thin. So if you're going to put out orders, maybe use limit orders, not market orders, unless for sure you want to get the fill, then use a market order. But, you know, even by blinking here for 10 seconds, sometimes you'll miss 20 or 30 cents. So make sure you got your limit orders out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of market orders. Obviously, if you're trading a really liquid name, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. An example of that would be NEO, which I'm watching here. Super strong NIO. You know, we're up 13% on the session. It's still pulling, look, it's pulling back because everything else is pulling back. Basically, Powell just created a wick off top on everything. Like, oh, I'm pulling up all these names, and it's like he opens up, he's talking, the market's coming up a little bit. We break the highs, and then he drops that last line that Brennan just mentioned to you guys, and yeah, we break back below those lows, and now you have these wick off tops. These are not auto shorts because of the nature of why it happened here. Like, he could still say anything that could move us back in the other direction. But this is a name I like back into VWAP, so I'm going to be watching on this pullback on NIO. Like, look how strong this is, relatively speaking, to something like a Tesla, which is what I'm starting to file away here. You want the reaction to what just happened. The reaction to what just happened is breaking through what was significant resistance and then failing into VWAP. You're holding some higher levels there on something like an NIO. There was this small cap stock it's been primarily what I'm trading this afternoon. Even this broke the high of the day and gave a wick off top. It was like the entire market, some unrelated small cap took out the high and stopped me out. I'm jumping back into it because it's starting to come back down and starting to work. And I'm also in that Veru. Veru has been testing 15 like 3 or 4 times this afternoon. But wow, looks like some calm has come back in to this market. We'll see what the next leg is. Eyeballs, NEO, does it hold that high? Tesla at VWAP, of course. And then some of these small caps. You can sort of see what we're dealing with here.
All right. I mean, Wow, this has already been exciting,
Upstart.
man. We're short right now. We're $1.35 in the money. And the thing is, you guys could all, again, have this trade. Like, when we came back on air, I ran back to the seat, and you saw what I did instantly. There's 3 shorts here. Bang, 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 in for softies. So, and I think that, again, what's up to Bears versus Bulls? Thanks you for moderating all day, man. Absolutely amazing. We are having some changes coming to the stream very, very soon. Some of the requests that you guys made as well. So that's going to be coming soon. But here we go. The NASDAQ now tipping lower. We're still well up on the NASDAQ today. How great is this Facebook or Microsoft short going to eventually be today? We are now $2 in the money on this one. And look at this AMD. Absolutely collapsing to downside right now. So nothing is safe, man. We say hide your kids, hide your wife, because right now this market is downside. Jay Powell not to the rescue for my net here, but not necessarily for the market. And I didn't need any rescue, but it is making a move to the downside. Nvidia giving some back right now. AMD obviously getting some back. DraftKings only up an amazing 7%. What is that stock even doing up in the first place? Brendan at the big screen.
So he's talking about supply chain issues here, guys, and essentially reiterating the fact that they're no longer setting policy or no longer discussing policy with supply chain in mind, implying that he thinks at least supply chain issues could last for even longer potentially.
I mean, that's not good.
That's spicy.
Yeah, that's not good. Like, that's basically giving, like, the Fed giving poor guidance is what he's basically just said there. Look, we're starting to get into some serious support levels potentially. And what's weird is volatility hasn't really spiked as much as I would have thought. But you get down into 12.3 on the NASDAQ. I'm just going to show you this way because I'm in this Coinbase and it's holding. I think we can get down to VWAP, but if we get into morning support, that's going to be an area to trim some of these positions off here. So, obviously we like the short. It's working right now, but I'm starting to think about where this whipsaw is going to be. Typically speaking, whether it's a number or whether it's the Fed speaking, a lot of times you will get a whipsaw action and then pick a direction. I would expect that even if we continue southbound, there's likely to be like a bounce at some point. And I think you want to make sure that you're banking profits. Like, this is all very exciting in the short side of the trade, but you want to make sure you're taking that profit. On the bit of this EOSE here as it gets down to 190, but I had to bite the bullet. I thought this one was gold. Like, I had stopped out for a short, and then it did a wick off top, and I was in it, and it was rolling over, and then Powell came in. Thankfully, I was able to get right back into it. I'm looking 170 to 175 on this. As I said, Coinbase to VWAP, hopefully. NEO is trying to hold up there. We talked about how relatively strong it is. If there's one I want to buy on the dip, this is probably going to be it, but you'd like to see these futures bounce. Like, we just went from, it was over 2% on the NASDAQ. I don't know how much it was over 2%, but we were over 2, and we're right now back to 1, and that didn't take very long. It's only 223.
Yeah, man, I mean.
I can't believe I got out of Tesla.
Look, I mean, this is not often speechless, but honestly, the way this day's going, this has just been,
wow.
We had not all the longs, we had some nice longs early, and then, we had this short rate now that's just a 40-meter drink, take a couple sips here as we just continue to watch this market fall down. And I mean, this is, again, I put the coffee down, I guess. And this is what we tell the guys, and this is what we're telling you guys as well here, is that sometimes when you're in trades, we saw Veru yesterday tick to 15. I don't know, did it tick to 15 today again? But there was high levels on that stock, and then even now when you go back in, like, we say this kind of jokingly. First of all, I was long Microsoft there, got out right there quickly. That was a good out. And then we fell right down here to 262.50. Well, that's right where we just fell to again. So as I zoom back out here, like, we got some out at 263. We just fell to 262.50. And that coincides with right here. So, like, I should have had another bid down there. So, like, as much as we're stone cold chilling, sometimes when levels are hit, you got to put the bids out. Look, we're at a high spot now. No complaints here, and we're looking to reload the shorts. But that should have been an out down there, 262.75, 262.80. And now, look, we're paying the piper here as it's starting to rip back up. So let's get that bid in there in case that dips again. We still have our outs, and we'll talk about that when we get back from Brendan.
Watch potentially to the upside here, guys. You just said, and I quote, there are still paths available for a soft-ish landing from Jay Powell.
Soft-ish, eh? Okay.
Soft-ish.
I mean, I think it's.
I feel like, is that positive enough?
I don't know. Has it been that?
I don't know.
I kind of feel like, honestly, we haven't even landed that hard yet. I mean, it's
I was going to say, like
we're down 20% year to date on the NASDAQ. That's great, but weren't we up 27 or something last year? Or more than that? Like, I don't know. There's a lot to come down here still, but hey, look, I felt the pain, and I'm glad that the market's moving up. I mean, finally, you're looking into some of your RRSP accounts, and I'm going to sneeze in a second, and it's looking better now. Yeah, accounts, IRAs or whatever, 401ks, things like that. Like, it's looking a little bit better, but I am probably going to sneeze in a second.
That's all right. Look, that last line there, coinciding with the bounce on Tesla off of VWAP here, I just took this trade breaking back through 750, and I'll go relatively tight stop on it, just in case we actually get that whipsaw action, even back to the midway point. Like, that'd be good enough, like 55, 56. If it doesn't happen, like I said, relatively tight stop there. Usually going to be in scalp mode. Things that you're holding off the high of the day, like Coinbase, you hold for bigger moves. But I'm going to go counter trend, which I guess that's what it's going to be. I'll go for the quick long. I would have preferred NEO, but it looks like it's trying to hold some strength. If Tesla stops out here, say like 47.5, I think that's where I threw it, then I think NEO's probably going to come back and give us a chance for what we like a little bit better on the dip, but still maintaining some of the other shorts which are working in the money. But I gotta like Tesla here. We were talking this morning. About some of the retailers. Yeah. If you look at Home Depot, which I did try out for 300, this got all the way back to 300, and then you can see sort of pulling back. So there was a bottom on Home Depot. It was just $10 lower than where I thought it should have been. But the market doesn't really give a rat's ass what I think about it. It's just, they were getting sold off so hard there. But if Home Depot, this is still a good move. This holds about 300, especially with this pullback that we just saw here. This holding and getting about $10 off of these lows is super strong, especially considering that we still have lows and target to come through. There was one other one. Macy's still reports this week. I didn't see it on our board, so that must be tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, that's a big one here. Yeah. I actually realized that my stream didn't transfer forward, so maybe there's a solution coming to that.
Yeah, I think that happened yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, I did not transfer over there, so that's interesting. Oh, but the reason why I said that is I went back to the chat, and I don't know what people are talking about, but New York Jets for life, FL there. Let's hope for a good year. I have a couple of your players in Dynasty, but here it is right here. This is the question. What were you guys talking about? I have 50-pound bags of rice and 2 freezers full of meat. Are we talking about like an apocalypse here or something in the market? Like, bro, this isn't Y2K, New York Jets fan, but
Y2K wasn't anything.
No, I'm saying but people at that point had generators and, there was the whole worry there. I was late to the chat.
I shouldn't say this.
So I was
my wife will kill me.
Yeah.
But we have way too much meat in our freezer downstairs.
That's not possible.
Like, I was in there the other day and I'm like, who's eating all this stuff? It's not, don't get me wrong.
Barbecue time, man.
I know it's barbecue season, but
have everyone over, man.
What are we doing? But anyways, yeah, this ain't the apocalypse.
And
the way I look at it, if it's the apocalypse, yeah, you got bigger fish to fry.
I just don't know what they were talking about there. That's all.
Crazy.
And I hope not, because guys, I don't think we're anywhere near anything like that. Actually, earnings are beating across the board. There's absolutely nothing. I'm not going to say there's nothing wrong with corporate America. Everybody's talking right now about supply chain issues, inflation. That says nothing. Again, it's affecting corporate, but it's not like these earnings are still coming through. If you look back, and there's numbers out there. I was listening again to CNBC Fast Money, the other day, and they were talking about, earnings were still 17% ahead of estimates or some number there. Don't quote me or Brendan or anything on that one. But, again, I feel like everything's fine with a lot of these companies. We talked about yesterday, Microsoft looking to increase wages, right? A lot of these places, Starbucks going through union issues and things like that. So there's deeper issues sometimes than just simply the market. But at the same time, I feel like corporate America is fine. You guys are employed. A lot of people watching us are in the United States. And I know for me, and I'm not saying it's fine across the board because it's not, and a lot of people have lost their jobs. There's been restructuring and everything. But I don't really feel like if there's a recession coming, it's not due to all these job losses and things like that. There's more macro issues than maybe what people think. So you don't need that many pounds of bagged rice.
When you print that much money and energy costs do what they do, it tends to lead to recession regardless of what anyone does.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's
So,
no baby food. What's up with that?
So
Have you heard that story?
I've been reading a lot about
Why
this,
not?
about the baby food thing. Like there was a massive recall.
Oh, from J&J or something?
I forget who it was, and I apologize for that. But there was a massive recall, and then on top of that, supply chain issues, and that is no joke. Because seriously, there's a lot that I think can get done. For that.
I think it was Tyrone there. Someone just mentioned, and that's my bad because I knew about that story, but I didn't look into it enough. Maybe Brendan knows more about that.
Just listening. Sorry, guys. I have Powell in my ear still. So he's talking. He's being pushed, in fact, on what he exactly wants to see in the second half of the year to be able to change directions as to what they're doing now versus what he could do in the second half. And he's skating the question very, very well. But essentially he said they need to see inflation coming down in a significant way, or they will, and he just keeps reiterating, or they will continue to raise rates as they should. So a little bit of a downtick there, as he said, they'll continue to raise rates again.
See, like I was in this Tesla long, I just scalped some out, and I think exactly and this is the whole thing about trading when the number comes out. The second he must have said that line, like that's what gave that little stop out. But at the end of the day, like you're trading around here, you're probably going to want to make sure you're taking your profits in that regard. So the shorts are still printing. I guess we're still in that mode, despite the fact we got a little bit of a bounce.
I mean, and that's honestly, and I just put in the chat, that is literally as my kids always say, literally, Dad, that's exactly literally what I was looking for from Powell. I mean, if I would be asking the same questions as him, as whoever was asking, the reporter there asking Powell, what exactly are you guys looking for so that we know when we can turn on our money-making machine and just start to go long instead of short? So we'll wait to see what happens there, but I'd like to know the same thing. Is it south of 5% on a CPI? What reading are you looking for? Obviously, I just talked about unemployment. That doesn't seem to be too big of an issue. I don't even hear anybody even talking about unemployment. In fact, what I've heard, there's more jobs available than there are people to fill them. And I know that there's different quality of jobs, and so don't, this is not like a big, diatribe here talking about that, but it's just like, where are we here in this world? And I think inflation, as far as energy, also a big problem. Oil down 1.5%, which is pretty nice. Okay, let's try to find some trades. I mean, I've just been milking this this Microsoft trade all day. Citigroup was a good trade through 50 today. That is another thing that was on our sticky note here. We had 50 marked down for Citigroup here on the sticky note today. That worked out gangbusters off the open, man. This is 50. It went all the way to 52 bucks. Oh man, why do we have these stupid prints on this? Went all the way to 52 bucks there. 51.50, I guess only. So went up about $1.50. Now bounced off VWAP. I think Citigroup in here, if we can get this anywhere near 50.80, that's probably a decent long as well. So looking to see about Citigroup maybe into the long side. Obviously you're up 7%, so that might be a little much, but we do have Warren Buffett-backed purchases there for Citigroup, and Neil mentioned it already. It's not a genius. The banks are up today. That's probably right. Citigroup's up 5% more because people want to go in there and do as Berkshire does. So that's why. So maybe a better trade. It's probably Citigroup for today. But again, JP Morgan and some of these banks rocking right now to the upside. And if you're nervous about this move down, I'm just wondering if banks are a little safer here as we talk more about inflation and rates and things like that. The more the rates go up, obviously it's not great for banks because, hey, consumer sentiment, people, spending money. If they don't do that, banks don't get that return on the credit cards and so on and so forth. But at the same time, as rates get increased, we all know how that can benefit banks as well, from the lending rate to the rates you guys pay on your mortgages. We all pay into our credit card and so on and so forth. So banks might be the look here for this afternoon.
Yeah, they could, anytime the Fed is talking or has talked or has done a rate number, sometimes the trade is things like financials, gold, TLT, like you could look at treasuries as well. We just love to stick to the equities that we have the levels for and have traded by. And I think that's what tends to work out. You have to stay in your lane and in your comfort zone. Fahad's comfort zone is Veru. We just like talking about it.
Who is this Fahad guy?
The stock is strong, man. Like it was just rolling over. I've been able to get out, but if you look at this every single time short, it's like 20s, 30s, 50s. and now we're right back up. I just reloaded again in front of 15. At all times, I'm willing to stop out at the high of the day, which has already happened a couple times. But Veru up 10% and trying to still go, guys. There's a lot going on. Well, this market is still falling.
Yeah, the market is red.
I can't find a long that I like at this point, so it's just going to be all the shorts.
All right, guys, we're stamping fails on this market. Watch this. I love this. Is one of my favorite graphics. Let's go. There we go. The market turns red right there.
Is there one
as
for green?
Jay Powell is creating some nice trades here. Look at this short on Microsoft. So we're almost out right now. We're at 87. Bang, there it goes. A nice little trade there for Microsoft. Ooh, this is one we haven't done in a while. Watch this. Timber, there goes down the tree, boom, the market falling down. Look at that trade on Microsoft right here. Short on VWAP, right? And again, know your names. We wanted the short in Softy. Here it comes down. And remember just minutes ago, I said, look at this level right here, right? This was this morning support right back in. So when the market fell, this is where we came in, right into here. So that's it. Out, and now we can hold the last little piece for the Microsoft trade as it's bouncing around this bottom. So that's going to look like a good one for us. And again, the longs we like AMD long, but look what's happening here. A big move back in, but you're getting that same consolidation now, bouncing off of 100, right? So I'm debating right now, what about a break of 101.10? If we break this level right here, this could be a possibility for a long on AMD. Needs to happen first, but I like that situation here for AMD, especially if this market bounces right now.
Yeah, and wow, again, Veru just tested the high of the day, and it just did another wick top. It cannot get through 1505. Like, it's one of those, and I'm watching AGRI as well. So Veru right at the high, like triple top, maybe even quadruple. AGRI as well. I see you guys also with the double top. This got above that price in the aftermarket and went to 3. So if we break this, I think you know where the next level is, and it's going to be $3 even. But here's what just happened on Veru. This was the high at 1505. It just spiked up 15 and again failed right at that high of the day. I was already in it, but that's a wick top, so I just added to it. The stop is still going to be at the high of the day. Going to get aggressive in the 70s, a little more aggressive, I should say, in the 70s and 60s, because it almost feels inevitable, man. Like, this stock really does seem like it wants to grind toward the highs. For now, you're still seeing it hold this resistance. Brendo.
All right, guys, so he's talking about the employment, the current state of employment and unemployment in the country. And they were trying, it's funny, the person interviewing was trying to get him to say he would want to see a higher unemployment rate that would help to bring down demand. And he, again, kind of walked around the question very well. So the market back to the upside now, as employment, he's saying, is still kind of in line or even stronger than they anticipated.
Yeah, we know that.
Corporate earnings, like, this is literally, you know what the thing is? Not only are you guys watching Trader TV Live, but I bet you Jerome Powell's watching Trader TV Live a little bit as well. But okay, new position alert.
What the
There it
hell
is, hitting it when I'm talking as well. New position alert, AMD. We just took that break, but this is not a big position for me. I would much rather take it if we took this out, 101.50, but it's a new starter position here for AMD, so let's see where it goes. I mean, I don't want to even give this to down here because I don't want to hold something that could get nasty, so let's give this about 50 cents. If we're trying to get it back to the 50 period, then that's 50 cents. So we'll give this trade also 50 cents. So we're long right now, AMD 101.14. Let's give this to about $100.70 to the downside. If it goes, we're out. The good thing is we kind of have a little baby hedge because we're short Softy and long AMD, but I like that move because AMD is stronger and Microsoft is weaker. So if the market sort of balances out, we could have both possibly winning. That's unlikely, but let's just wait to see what happens here with AMD. The reason, again, why this is not a full position, and I'll tell you guys the spots that I like. I really, really like a 101.50 break. Get above here, get above the 50 period. That's the real good break that I'm looking for. So right now, we're long AMD and it's flat, but we will put much more on if we take out this 101.50.
Yeah, I just got first leg out of Veru. I'm going to get to this one. So this is not for Veru, which is starting to print to the downside. This is for this GLBE. Wow. If there's a stronger stock than this, I have not seen it. This is a look you will not see on a chart very often, which is just abject disaster post-market on earnings. And then since it opened up, just an absolute moonshot. It's now up 17%. Like, this was down. I mean, this was gapping down at one point 30-something% this morning when we sat down, and now it's up 17 on the day. So, like, we know they had the earnings, but at some point this is going to get out of hand. It's a lower float name, and I got to check what the short interest is. I got to guess there's a squeeze happening on this name, but watch 23 here if you go to the time frame, and then 25. Both these levels look like they could be lines in the sand here for GLBE.
Guys, right now, before we go to Brendan, just real quickly, guys, that was a good idea. Look at that AMD long. It's now in the money. 90 cents. We just took this trade. So AMD, sorry, from 100. We're long at 101, remember. 101 and 10 cents. In the money, 70 cents now. Plus, we just pumped longer through 101, out in the 70s and 80s. Let's go AMD. Moon this thing, guys. What's up, Brendo?
He didn't break the market. Happy to tell you guys that it's over. He has left. So the interview has finished. So the relief rally can begin.
Turn the market.
Usually it's the other way around, right? But this time, he dropped it. So when he's gone, it pops back into the upside. So there you go. Powell's done. By the way, if you're watching Robinhood, a certain CEO was on a different program, so maybe I don't know if they got a bounce on Hood, but Vlad was talking there. I'm at this GLBE here because 23 is the first level that I'd look to see if there's a bit of a turn. 25 is also pretty big here, as I was kind of saying, but yeah, this is one that's starting to go really parabolic. At some point, usually you see these come back into the downside. I'm still lining these up and hopefully teeing them off. Tesla now back above 750. That holds 45. That was a good level this morning.
Yeah.
Let's see if it can hold up there. I'm still not with it with some of these longs. I'm going to be shorting off of these highs of the day, but be picky about it.
Yeah, so I really, really liked, the 101.50, but I should have liked the 101.10 better. And we'll wait. I don't want to get all nervous about this position like I've been tending to do. Let's just wait on this one. We're still long 101.50 here on AMD, but we did get out a little bit when it came back in. We got some out at 40 there, but we've also got some out in the 80s. So okay, here we go. Starting to go back up to the upside right now. We've only got one long, and by the way, guys, there's Microsoft out when it broke back above. So short, and out. So now we can let this market float, hopefully a little bit higher here, as Mr. Powell has left the building. But again, AMD's, if we can get it into here like 102, that's pretty good. And I want to hold for that moonshot just in case it does come up. Why am I long right now? We are above the 50 period here on the NASDAQ, so I like that. Let's see if it can hold that level. Hopefully it does, and we continue to head to the north side here. Next area out on AMD, basically now. This is in the money now, 20, 30, there it is. So we just got out there, 30 cents in the money. Let's see if it goes even higher. AMD, man, we're playing this market like a fiddle right now. So let's hit the beats. It's been a good afternoon. Hey, man, this is 6 of the last 7 days. We're rocking.
Yeah, we're absolutely rocking. Now back into triple top territory. Not just, I have Coinbase up. It's a triple top on Coinbase, but what I mean is the NASDAQ here. There is your triple top. You got 12.5, 12.5, 12.5. We're going to get right back there. You look for anything that's relatively weak off its resistance levels that's worked before, and you come back to the party. If we break out of these highs, which we haven't been able to do this in a couple of weeks, right? Which is break some of these highs late in the afternoon, then fine, the jailbreak can be on for some of these names. Coinbase falls into that block at 70 even. It's worth mentioning, if you're looking, Bitcoin is still under that 30,000 mark, so you're not going to get Coinbase breaking at the same time, although I guess it's still possible. We could get to 70 and Coinbase could be making its move, and you can't get me away from this thing. When I see a move like that, we're going to take it off the top on that GLBE here. It's starting to really slow down. That last little push to the upside couldn't quite take it to that 23. So I am in it at 22.5 here to the short side. And I have a couple of small caps that we'll get to, but while the excitement is on, we want to stick with the ones that are moving the most here. Brendo?
Just to accentuate the significance of the move in Walmart today, during all of that with the entire market, absolutely nothing happened here. We're just grinding lower, guys, at day lows still for Walmart.
So we were lucky enough to get out of Walmart at 152. We talked about that. I never understood that move to the upside. And today, unfortunately, it's starting to go down worse and worse. And I even said about Walmart here yesterday or this morning when we first looked at it, look, to sit here and say we thought Walmart was going down, I mean, it started the day down 6%. Did not think it would be down 12% here. And sorry about these wicks. We can't really clean them up. I got to manually do them, and it'll just take too long there. But look at the daily chart. This is what Walmart looks like. Isn't that disgusting? All the way, one day. It gave back the whole year. I was about to say, scratch that. Like, you're all the way back here. This is March. So you're all the way, actually that's close to a year. You're all the way back to March of 2021 levels on Walmart. So Walmart came with a horrible forecast. And not only that, their EPS missed. Like that really hurt. So right now, remember I was telling you earnings have been good? They have been good. Not for Walmart, and you seeing what's happened here today, straight to the downside, man. I like the dollar stores, but remember about Walmart, supply chain issues, a lot of their products coming from China, coming from overseas, and then they had problems stocking them, keeping them in stock, having the right amount of inventory, as right now, here we go, AMD right now, and we'll go back to Walmart, but whatever, we're gonna trade the action. Did we get that, Phil? No, we did not. That went to 101.90, that's where I'm sitting. It went to 101.87, hopefully 10 more cents up, and we can get a little, actually, I'm at 101.88. Like that, literally, I thought I was getting filled there. That went to 87 and didn't print. So let's just tick down now. We'll get out one more. I hate when that happens, but AMD, we almost got 88s, and now it's 68, right? So that sucks. Let's take one more out there on AMD. We missed it by a penny.
Oh, like that's what's happening in this market. Like you're actually getting, well, it's pretty normal. Like after the Fed, you see spreads open up a little bit. Like you might see, like I'm watching Coinbase right here at that 70 mark. The spread opened up to 10 cents when it got to 70 even, when it was half that pretty much all day. And now you're back to that level. So we've doubled back in. We're back into what we were. I guess at the start, when Powell came on talking, I'm now back in the same position. Coinbase dropped $2.50 in the money for us. We took most of it out, and now we're back in the same position. And that's what happens after the Fed. Maybe we get a bit of a breakout here. We'll see. You never really know. Tesla is also in the midst of a bit of a rebound. Could have hung on to that long, but until Powell really got off the podium, that's when you saw the move really extend. I wasn't willing to have it stop out through the bottom. I'll look at Tesla as now a short off the high of the day, if it can even get there, Brendo.
All right, something else moving right now, guys. Peloton just popped up on volume back through 15 again. This thing spiked up just before we came on at 2 o'clock on a note suggesting they secured some funding in the neighborhood of $750 million. So right back to day lows, but starting to bounce again here for PTON.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Peloton. I just want to quickly here, we'll go, Mamma Mia. I know Neil doesn't like pineapple on pizza, but hey.
There's a lot of that talk today.
Yeah, there's a lot of pineapple talk. Right? What someone said, you like, what was it, pineapple on, what was it? It was something
chicken.
No, but yeah, we had that was for lunch. Apparently that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, something pineapple on ice cream. There was something in this morning that was disgusting. But here we go. So I just got to give a shout out because Nelson, who hooked me up in Florida, his daughter's here now from Bentley University in the United States. So here, Neil, she brought us each a hat. So here we go. So this is from, we have a co-op student here from Bentley University in simulation. Her name's Catherine. And thank you, Catherine, for the hats. So there it is right there. Bentley University. I know absolutely nothing about it. In the city of Boston, though.
Oh, it's Boston?
It is.
I love Boston.
I love Boston, too. You've never been to Fenway, though.
I've never been to Fenway.
You got to go to Fenway, man.
I would love to
Anyways,
go to Fenway
I just want to give a big shout out to that. So thank you for that one.
The question is, do they all drive Bentleys at Bentley University?
If they do, man, well, then, hey, man, that's the university I'm talking about. Right now, 62 cents in the money. So let's just belly dance this. Hide your eyes right there because I'm belly dancing through this one as there goes AMD. Remember what I said.
Oh, that's a great line.
I said that this was a good position. We sure were nervous about it, but there it goes. And, we might not show the share size, but I said this was going to be a good position for us on AMD. So obviously, I'm excited about it. And there goes AMD. There's 70 cents. Merry Christmas to all. And let's just hope we do not have a good night because there's still an hour and 10 minutes to go here in this market. And we are Rip City right now. New highs. Are we at the high of the day? Yes, we are. So, and again, I said this to Prad. I was like, just get long when Powell comes on. It was a roller coaster, though.
Well, I mean,
the market's almost teetered.
You probably got stopped out.
Well, remember you were saying, like, was the market ever up 2%?
It was.
Yeah, now it's 2.3.
Now it's 2. That's what it was, 2.3%.
Yeah, so we're
and then
rocking.
down to 1% on the NASDAQ, and now back up. GLBE took out that 23 level. I'm not done with it. It has to hold below this 23 for me to get back in. Otherwise, it's 25 on the higher time frame. Those are the two levels that we like on GLBE. But guess what? If the market's back at the top, that means Tesla is running back towards those highs. Now, all afternoon, 56 to 60 was pretty good to the short side, and we're seeing the current top is 65. I want to see if we can hold these here. We're below the high of the day, while the NASDAQ is pretty much, I mean, it's at it, literally at it right now, Ms. V.
Guys, I have a great news, a new milestone coming for our great community. We need just around 700 more subscribers to become 300,000 subscribers community. So guys, only you can help us. So please smash subscribe button, join us. It's also very helpful as you will receive notifications all the time. We're live. And if you're happy with us, please like this video, also support the community. Back to you guys.
All right. Yeah, man, we're really close to that 300,000. I mean,
we're getting there. We're getting there.
We showed the plaque last time. Unfortunately, we don't get anything for 300, but you know,
gratification.
It's a goal.
Friend.
Yeah, exactly. It's a goal that we've had in our mind, obviously since day one. But then after 300 comes 4, comes 5. Million is what we want. So
5 is what I'm excited for.
Yeah, I'm excited for 5. And then we got to have some ideas on what we're going to do for that, because we could still celebrate 300,000. Maybe we'll think about something for that one. But hey, you know what? We started the day this afternoon show talking all about shorts, right? Now it's flipped over to long. This is why I think it's super important that all of our viewers just understand that this is like a whipsaw market. Like you're basically holding on to headlines right now, right? Powell's gone, so we can go back a little bit more to chart reading and to see what's happening. That's why I went back over to AMD. You're going to notice today, AMD was the trade of the day. Notice no shorts, long, 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 long again on AMD. So it's 4 longs back to back. And I mean, it's like pick your poison, just like with Microsoft. We wanted the shorts. So there's the short and there's another short. The same thing with Apple. We wanted shorts today, short. That really hasn't, I don't know how we're positive on Apple, but I guess it's just this short right there. But Apple right now trying to get back to 150. That's an interesting level. Brendan, what's up, bud?
Even Amazon, not something I get to say quite frequently, but even Amazon, guys, catching a nice bid here. Decent volume coming in as well behind this move. Back to the upside for another one we've talked about, has just been killed. Amazon trying to go here.
I mean, we were just like a week ago talking about, oh my goodness, Amazon 2000 is going to come into play. I was talking to Greg about it. It's like every trader, a lot of traders on the floor were watching 2,500 when it went. I actually tried to trade off the 2,500 level. And then 2000, we almost got there, and now you're trying to bounce back to the upside. I think 23 is a decent level. It needs to clear 23.5. That's probably even bigger if you want to have a look at Amazon, but certainly a good sign. In a day where retail's been getting its you-know-what handed to it, Amazon fits that category, and you're seeing the buyers start to come back to a name which has been getting woodshedded. Like, that's one of the worst for big tech earnings was Amazon. So it's good to see it get off the schneid there, at least a little bit. I was just talking about Tesla 760.
What is it now?
I know, so it goes right up, wick top 760,
okay.
like before you can blink an eye, it puts this wick top off. So, I'm trying to be a little bit patient with this one here. Clearly, we could have held on to the long. I was in scalp mode there. Let's hold off for the high of the day because the NASDAQ is still at that top. It's not much of a pullback. It still feels like we could press higher here and maybe make a bit of a break. If you're looking for a jailbreak, Home Depot is, it's come almost all the way back. Right? I said it had recovered 300. It's now trying to take out this 302 level. So back up to 2%, up 2% on the day, Home Depot, a name that it just got caught up. It got caught up today. It was nothing to do with their own report. It got caught up in the sell-off. It got caught up in the Walmart.
So, I mean, look, no matter what we do here, guys, this is what means everything to me. Thank you to Flameboy, interesting name. At Sean Katina, I'm up $700. All credit to you. Nah, it's not credit to me, man. I saw what you put. You hit the same trades as me. That's fine. You hit them. That's the important thing. Like, I could sit here and be up 700 also, could be up 70, could be up $7 grand. It doesn't matter. It's like, I'm just glad that you Flame Boy. I'm laughing because it's Flame Boy. I don't even know what that means, but Flame Boy 514. You know what, man? It just means a lot to me that you're taking trades and that you trust sort of some of the stuff that's coming out of my mouth here. So it's just, I'm just glad you took it. The thing is, Neil and I expose ourselves every single. Wait a minute, expose ourselves? We expose our trading every single day to you guys. So you can see exactly the trades that we're putting on, right? So we don't get to see yours, but you get to see ours. So that's, to me, that's what means a lot to me. I'm showing you every single in, every single out that we take, hitting certain things when we do it, knock on wood. There, making the winners, taking those trades. So it just means a lot to me that also, other people taking them. And it's great because I know there's a delay on the feed, but hey, it's up to you guys. We get the credit, that's fine, but it's the credit goes back to you because you're the ones hitting the keys. And we can reverse real quick. So just make sure that you watch your levels, guys.
You might want to watch AMC. I'm assuming AMC, and whoever shouted out GameStop and AMC just moving. I'm like, you owe me one when I lose on GameStop short because I can't see this. I can't avert my eyes and not take this short at 98. But I'll check in on AMC because I'm assuming that's going as well. But if the market's reversing off a triple top and GameStop is getting to what was a capitulation level yesterday, then I'm going to jump into it. Coinbase just failed its break of 70, so I jumped right back into the trade. So it spiked up, it tried to get to 70.50, it jumped right back into it. GLBE, it's still battling 23, so I'm not just going to sort of fight that one and get back in. But yeah, GameStop at this level, I got to take a shot. Like it got to 28.5 or so yesterday, and that was just off in the morning. And then you see it fall into 91. On this move, we're spiking to the highs of the day. We just pull back off those highs. If the market does even a small or decent reversal, I think you should see some of these back in the 96 range. But it is always worth watching what the leader of the band is doing. Load. AMC taking out that high. What you want to see is it not get through 13 even.
Ooh la la.
If it doesn't, actually GameStop's move in some ways looks a little bit stronger. I think it has to do with where it came from. But AMC up 9%. I'm looking for the rollback here on GME.
Yeah, I'm always down to trade. Ooh. Oh, man, I don't have any shorts, but Veru is at 15 again here. So, no matter which way you think Veru's going to go from here, it's at $15, which has been a sell every single time it's been here. So, we were just here last couple days. And this goes all the way back to April 21st. So maybe I can, if I zoom a little bit, it seems a little bit better. So there it is right here. We got to that's 1440 down to 8, right? It hit it. That's the same day. Look at what happened here. We did get as high, that wick right there, probably pre-market. I can go and look at it, man. That's April 14th. But, that's probably a pre-market high of 1750 or just like a flash up there. But anyways, that day we closed above 15. There's only been 2 days. This day, April 14th, and then this day right here where it looks like we closed at 1530. So back-to-back days, April 13th and April 14th, we traded above and closed above 15. So that's only 2 days out of the last 30. So that doesn't mean that, hey, we're going to close below it again today. I just bring it to everyone's attention that when you're long Veru and it's up here near 15, it's not a horrible spot to either pair some off. I never say, and this is again, infamous Fahad one more time. He mentioned to me he took $1 from 10 to 11.
Yeah,
and then he was like, then he had FOMO because it started going up. And the only thing I said, fantastic trade. You got to take that $1. That's a 10% return in 1 day or however long it was. Even if that's in a month, that's fantastic. But the point is, hold something. Hold 20%. Hold 25%. That's what I'm doing. I have AMD right now. Sometimes holding it is not a great idea. Like getting it all out up there would have been great, but hold some just in case it bounces around. Hey, it's been a busy news afternoon. Let's go over to Brent and see what's cooking.
We didn't get a chance to touch on Boeing. Made a nice move this afternoon. Initially on news, guys, if you missed it, the results from that crash from back in March from China Southern Airlines suggested that it was human error that caused the plane to go down, not anything to do with Boeing planes in general. So nice move back to day highs there for BA currently.
Yeah, that's definitely good news for them. Still a tragedy, of course, for everybody. But I want to double down on that point there because, for Fahad or anybody that takes profit on something that's a small cap or is gapping to the upside, remember how strong IMPP was yesterday? and all those oil names. I mean, just super strength. Like, look at it go. It's a penny stock. It went 70, up like 25%. You're laughing if you take 10%. Or they could drop an offering on you, and then you get absolutely smoked, right? Like, this is what can happen. This is why you bank profit. And if you're rolling with house money, when a rug gets pulled on you, well, guess what? You've paid yourself. No one ever went broke taking profit. And I think that's one of my favorite lines for a reason. That's why you'll see, like, even when you're something like Coinbase, I'm continuously scalping this trade off of this 70 short, always making sure that you take some out there as it tries to come back into the downside. I'm doing the same thing with GME. Yeah, exactly. Jose CL, like, by the way, I'm not saying Veru was going to do an offering. Just to be clear, I'm just using the example of what happened in IMPP, super strong, and then all of a sudden you do get that offering come through, or it could be any catalyst. But I'm going to scalp this GameStop back into 96.5. Maybe it comes all the way back to 95. I doubt that, given how strong we've been. But you've got to be taking this profit on the way back in when it gives it to you. We just banked some on Coinbase. We just banked some on GameStop. I also happen to be in IMPP. That's why it was the first thing that came to mind.
All right, here we go. We are reloaded. One of my favorite graphics. Is it even here? It's actually not even a graphic. Right here. Come on. There it is. Bang. One of my favorite graphics right there coming out through it again. There's a. Did that just hit? Did you see the bang there? Okay, good. All right, so we'll just do this then for AMC as Ape Nation getting going. But look at that AMD, guys, right here. We just reloaded it at the 50 period. We got 60s, and we just got it out at 89, 87 or so, right there on the upside. So let's see if we can keep, massaging this one. If we can get it back to this 102.12, 102.15, something like that. So like I said, Neil and I showing you the trades that we're making every single day. Someone said, did Neil give up shorting Veru? Did you address that? I think 15 is a good short. I didn't pay for shorts.
I've been in Veru like 7 times.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I shouldn't say 7 times. I can count them up for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Close
5
enough.
times. The last one, every time I basically scalped some out, and then it's taken out the high. So I wish I could say that I'm like up or down a ton on Veru. It's just not, because every time I've gotten into it, it's paid, and then it stopped out the high of the day.
Yeah.
Like, it just keeps on testing that high, which has me sitting out this time, because I feel like I just wanted to go parabolic next. Because usually that's what happens. There's only so many times it can make that test before you eventually go parabolic. And that's why my attention went back to Coinbase, which is actually working, and then going to GameStop, which I just don't believe you, GameStop. And that's usually the case when it pops into a level like this. So I got the first leg out here in GameStop. I'll take a couple more out. But I'd almost need to see Veru continue through 15 or something. Go to 16 or 17, and that would be a little bit more interesting. And that GLBE, I got a one time in and one time out in front of 23. It's just, that stock almost doesn't make a lot of sense. And I saw 2 levels that I liked. I like 23. You're seeing it still right around here. I like the 25 level. It's not at 25, so I'm not making another trade. And that's the reality. Coinbase is still giving that 70 trade over and over again. So yeah, I'll go back to that well. But this one, you're just sort of grinding higher. And that's what it's been doing pretty much all day long. And if it gets to 25, that'll be the next trade. If it doesn't, I might not get into this one again.
Yo, what's up, Rolling Records? What's up, everybody right here?
Awesome.
I mean, wow. And again, thank you for the kind comments there. It was Flame Boy, had the AMD at 101.50. It's at 102.50. Not just that, Flame Boy, Rolling Records, everybody else out there. We just reloaded it right down there, literally 2 minutes ago. So I say shout out to Sharif behind me, shout out to Cash and everybody behind me. These trades here, everybody can get these, man. 101.50, we just took it on AMD. It just, look where we are now, 102.50, $1 in a matter of minutes. We are really I said I got to buy a lottery ticket, and the good thing is it's 60 million right now. So, if we can take that down. Oh, yeah, that's right. In Ontario, that's a lot. Maybe not for the jackpot stateside millions or whatever it's called there.
What do they call it?
Super Bowl or something? Powerball.
Powerball, that's it. Powerball.
But, okay, the good thing about winning the lottery here, as if I have a chance of winning the lottery, is no tax. So you win 60 milli clean.
But it's also Canadian dollars.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, so you get $48 million US.
We get taxed enough as it is,
tax free. But anyways, you know what, man? We're feeling really lucky right now because AMD just continues to make a march up. And again, this was the trade of the day, right? And what I said was this: you want to pick names that you know the direction you want. So long, 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 long into there, long right there again, and then long here. So it's multiple reloads. It's looking for the best positions. And I said this during the midday show, and it was Douglas. I don't know if you're watching right now, Douglas. First of all, if you're watching the show, please like, please subscribe, and please share, because honestly, that's what's gonna get this going. Wow, AMD, we just took out an 80. Look where this just went, guys. High of day for AMD. So we'll go, oh my God, because this is just continuing to make moves. We're at the highest spot. This is my best day this week. It's only Tuesday, and we are starting off really great here. Let's see if this market can hold some of these highs. Little speechless here, because honestly, now I'm getting FOMO because I didn't load up as much as I should have at the bottom. Is it the bottom? I don't know, but AMD's at 103 right now.
I don't know about, I mean,
103.
To put a damper on, you can't call it a bottom if the NASDAQ has yet to break last week's high.
Wow.
Like last week's resistance is still overhead resistance on the NASDAQ. As impressive as this move has been, and I'm looking at that 12.6, that's still pretty significant to me. This is what I'm looking for a true jailbreak. It's not there yet. Tesla can't even get through 760 at this point. AMD's got its own super strength, I think, right now, and that's pretty self-evident. Ms. V.
Right? Guys, we've got a super chat from Rolanda Vergara. Thank you so much, Rolanda. EOSE, can you look at it? Should we get in? Well, EOSE is an energy company, guys, as you know. Maybe we can take a look at charts of that one.
So I'm in the EOSE, and I understand it's still a strong looking chart here. It's up 50%. It went from $1.34. So there's a lot of reasons why I think the bulls or anyone that's bullish on this stock is going to love to still stay in it. I just look at where it got to. You look at this $2 range, which was previous support. You go to the daily, you'll see that 250 stand out. And then you see it take a couple of pot shots up here at some of the lesser levels. 2 even, I was involved in the 2 even trade. And then it got to this top consolidation, this 225. Put in the wick top, couldn't get to that 250 from the daily chart, and then comes right back in. So yes, it's still pretty bullish. I think it's likely to have some support down around previous highs at $1.65, but that's a long ways from here. We always say ring the register on something. Getting into it up here is tricky. Very, very tricky, because you know where your downside is. It's coming right back to that 150 level, and I'm not a huge fan of that. Your risk to reward here in a tight stop is fine. If your stops are sitting 180 or so, and try to ignore where my orders are, I know it kind of clogs things up, but that support here at about 180, and you're trying to get a $2 level and it can get to the high, that's not bad for risk to reward. But I don't think you're asking about, can I get in here and try and play it only for 20 or 30 cents? No, I think if you're trying to play it for more than that, your stop has to be close to the $1.50. So are you willing to risk 25% on the trade to hold this one potentially overnight? My answer usually is no when it's made a move like that and put a capitulation on. I'm saying that having sat in, I'm in the short right now, 216, it went all the way to $1.75, and I'm still holding on to the last 20% of the position, thinking they can go even lower. So I'm not looking to reload just yet. I'd probably do it around 220, maybe even the 225 level. But it's very tricky. Unless you are sitting there, you're willing to give up 25% or expand your stops. I don't know if you want to be getting into this one on a swing basis. Certainly, we've seen these go for a couple of days in a row. It's got a nice foundation, but that foundation's off 150, not 185, 190, where it's sitting just above right now.
Oh, man. What's up to Flameboy now? You also took the reload with me as well. Now you're up a G note. Wow, congratulations there, Flameboy. I hope that's one of your, I don't know if it's one of your bigger days or not, but that's fantastic, man. Whenever you're up a G note right there, put that down, whatever, man, cash out. That's a great day. And again, I don't think you need to stop trading. I haven't stopped that. I'm at some of these levels here today, but thank you so much for that. Thank you for the super chat, and just thank you to everybody. Now, no, Apple's at 151. Do not say that.
Holy crap.
No, it's not. Okay, good.
Aim at
I'm waiting for
130.
150 break. That's why. Like if I missed that 150 there, I'd be a little upset. So, but we're close, man. Thanks for whoever said that. Came close there. Yeah. AMD is a monster, man. That's for sure. What's up to Rolling Records? Thank you so much for your support over the last little while. You've been a big fan on Twitter, and thank you for sharing some of that as well. And yeah, there we go, man. The Powell gift dip. Look, every single time Powell's on, man, I keep saying the same thing. We love you, Mr. Jerome Powell. What's up, Brendan?
DWAC, guys, wasn't a huge move, but there was a spike there on Digital World Acquisition Corporation on a report suggesting Truth Social is now available for Android devices. So heads up on DWAC.
I remember.
Ooh,
yeah.
Android.
Is it in Canada? We'll double check because I remember last time.
I'm gonna look right now.
We looked last time. I think when it was available in the App Store for in the Apple Store, and we couldn't even find it. But like it's already come back. I think that's the thing with these types of news events. Can they actually sustain volume? Not really seeing it just yet. But DWAC has had some trouble since it got below that $50 level. And I think that's where it has to get back to. Yeah, you can sort of see like every single time it's tried to get even close to it. 48s, 49s. The last time was above 50. Pretty harsh rejection there. That's the line in the sand that I think you want to get to on DWAC. It's made a nice run, but then everything else has come off the top in the overall market. Just want to come back to one name that we are in. Coinbase starting to roll back over. Once again, there's 70. Like basically every time it's gotten there, we've gotten in, we've taken profit for the first dollar. Now I'm holding for $1.50. If you're wondering why no reload the last time it took 70 even, you might have noticed the NASDAQ taking out the high of the day. So I've reloaded every single chance I've gotten on Coinbase in front of 70 even, but not when the market was taking out its high. At that point, I'm going to hold what I have and maintain my stop out, but I'm not going to add to that position when the market's breaking out. Sure, you could. Like, if I had done it, it would have worked here. But that's one rule that I wouldn't break. I'm not I'm not reloading into something against the grain of the market breaking out the top, and not when it's on the back of the Fed making a big move. Obviously, it would have worked here. I could have done it. Didn't do it. I could have reloaded GameStop just now. I didn't do it. That's still working in the money. You got to pick and choose what you want to short. Like, I'm not shorting any of the chip names. I'm considering Tesla because Tesla can't even get back to the high of the day. Tesla has some relative weakness in it, and which it's a little baffling. You'd think there'd be some people which had the FOMO on Tesla as well. I know it's up 4%, and I'm kind of nitpicking Tesla, but here's what I'm getting at. Like, you're still hanging off of these, $5, $10 below the high of the day when we're taking out tops here in the NASDAQ. So it's a very particular market that we are seeing here. If you pick your spots, like I'm actually in the money, Coinbase, GameStop, and every, the three small caps that I'm in are all working to the short side. But really, it is a booming market. I know it's kind of deceiving.
Yeah, I just want to, I want to say it's okay, because I don't really consider this pumping stocks. We don't really want to pump stocks too much. I mean, I guess essentially that's what it is. But shout out to the God pill right here for Mullen. I'll talk about it. I mean, look, whether or not you're going to get 200% gains incoming, okay, maybe that's pumping. But you know what? Like, it's just a double check on some of this. And that's all. If it's factual, then this is what we're talking about. This is the kind of information you want. Like, they've diluted 300 million shares. We know Mullen had share offerings. So that's what dilution is, right? At some point, they're going to have to stop doing that. That is correct. So if you're only at 110, is that what Mullen's really at right now?
It's at 110.
Yeah, 110 now. Look, whether or not whoever this is stuck in shares or not, I mean, look, I don't necessarily consider when you're stating facts and what you think the market's going to go. It's just like me saying, look, AMD's been strong all day, I want to go long. And the reason why is the following, right? So I don't know if I like that 200% or 2,000% gains. That's up to everybody. Like I said, sometimes 10% is good enough for some people. But let's look at Mullen, because this is a stock that we've traded in the past. So I don't have a problem with that. 2,000% would be what, up to $20, I guess, from $1. I don't know. I mean, let's see if that goes. But there's Mullen. We've already.
That's all-time.
I feel like my chart is wrong here, but maybe we IPO.
It's never even traded above 20.
No, but I mean, we could get above there. But anyways, what I'd look at here for Mullen is we've had that bottom at 50 cents. So realistically, whatever you think about Mullen, do your own due diligence and everything. But I think from a risk to reward right now, is this that terrible? Is it? I mean, you know, the bottom's going to be 50. The bottoms could still be $1 or it could be 0. So when you're looking at a stock, don't consider that, hey, I'm getting out at 50 cents. They dilute again or something like that, you could go right back down to that 50 cent and you'll be kicking yourself for that. But this is another one where if you're in it now, maybe you put in 50% if you like the story. I have to do more work on this to make sure some of those numbers are true. But at some point, the short float, I mean, maybe Brendan, if you have the short float on Mullen, let me look it up right here on FinViz. And I'm not going to spend any more time on this. The market's ripping. We're $1.20 in the money on AMD. All is well. But the short float right now, it doesn't have anything. We have the short ratio of 0.26. That doesn't mean anything to me. Shares outstanding 17 million only. So I don't know where all this 500 million, this and that's coming from. But right now, no short float here. We will find out the short interest. To me, that's a big catalyst. Thanks for the super chat.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for the super chat there. It's weird because we were talking about it in a different context yesterday. I was just, when I said I was impressed with the move Mullen made, and I'm not long the stock, it was what it did off of $1, and that's a psychological level more than anything else. So, you know, I'd be more interested if this came back and bounced off a buck to trade it for that reason more than anything else that I see here. But yeah, I mean, you got to do your work, do your diligence, keep looking back over. Yeah, Tesla's still relatively weak. If this market turns around, Facebook, Tesla does feel like a little bit of a short up here. Like I'm watching things going just booming, like AMAT, which I haven't looked at in a while. I don't really. If it's not a trading stock, I tend not to look at these too much. But yeah, there's a little relative strength here. That's breaking through highs. This is the context of this market. Like I know we're showing AMD, and I'm focused on Tesla because I like trading it. No, but you're seeing a lot of strength. AMAT, Micron breaking back away. I was talking about Home Depot making some power moves. Like what kind of a gift was Home Depot at 290 this morning when he could have got this really 291? But now it's all the way back to 303. I'm kicking myself because sometimes the 3-day rule, it's a good rule overall. And that's the thing about a rule. Sometimes you're gonna sit there and be like, if you ignore the 3-day rule, you just say forget it and buy Home Depot when Walmart crushes them to the downside, and then you would have won today. But you have to ask yourself, if I do this 100 times out of 100, is that the right thing to do? So always waiting for that cooling off period makes sense. But wow, Home Depot was an absolute gift at 291. Hopefully we'll be able to see that price again.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, relatively. It's $10 on 290. I mean, I think even some of these other names like NEO today was down to 15, now 16.50. And I mean, this is what I wanted to bring out to you. Like we're talking about some of these stocks that are just absolutely ripping. Like this is the thing. We had NEO. We had NEO early. Look where we had it, man. 15.50. But how did we have that? Well, look at this sticky note right here. NEO, 1550. AMD, 9650. Like, we have these prices, 9650. JD never got to 5650. Actually, let's look at JD, what happened to there. Citigroup, $50. Like, bang, bang, bang. Facebook, 200. Like, some of these plays that we had on here were absolutely ridiculous. So we did have NEO long. Probably should still be in this. We talked about, like, maybe trying to pick 1 or 2 names off the sticky note and just hold all day. Like, there's the 1550 right there that we took early, man. That broke about 931 or 32. We took it. Normally, we don't take breakouts, but we didn't get the dip buys, so we took it. And our best out, unfortunately, is 1605. So we took 55 cents on it. It dumped out, hit VWAP there at 1590, and we got out. So we missed the upside on that. So, yeah, that was a little bit of a missed opportunity for sure. But here we go. Yeah, Boeing. Okay, Day Trade Hub. You want to look at Boeing? Brendan just brought this story to us, so there it is. The Kramer bottom, I'm going to call it. The spot where he got everybody out at 128 or something the other day. So I'm never going to let that guy live that down. It was like right into here. I think must have been last week. So I think it's this candle right there. He got everybody out at PayPal. And I don't know, I think it was May 12th because it wasn't this week. So it had to be one of these days. But anyways, there goes Boeing back to the upside. I like Boeing down here. I'm buying Boeing. I mean, I haven't yet, but I like Boeing. I'm an investor in it. So obviously I'm long higher than this. But Boeing right now taking out days high, looking to take out this 133. So How much time is left? It's 3:20 already. Sorry about that, Day Trade Hub. It's just right now, like I'm in this $1.10 in the money on AMD, and I just don't know if I want to get
buy highs on Boeing.
Yeah, I just don't know if I want to get into Boeing right now. We got to be flat at 4, but I like the name. And then here's another 9%. Like we were talking, there's 96.50 by the way, like we were talking about on AMD. There's my long early, but you're talking about Home Depot as a gift. I mean, even looking at 97.50, you're up 9% today on AMD. Like some of these names, they can fall so quick. So, if you're watching out some of this and you're day trading, I cannot recommend any of these things for a swing trade. Today's a big day. I think we continue. And I know we haven't taken out the bottoms, that 12.6 that Neil's talking about in the NASDAQ, but I really think that there's going to be FOMO for the next week and a bit that people miss the bottoms. By the way, I looked here. I didn't see anything on my phone. The only thing I saw here was Rumble. So Rumble right now being Canadian has over... Yeah. People probably don't even know that. 1.5 or so million downloads right now. So the only other thing I see is something called True Social, but it's not that. So we'll wait to see if that comes through. DWAC, not yet in Canada from what I can see.
Yeah, and look, just because we're day trading has to be flat in 40 minutes, if you look at the Boeing chart, it's perfectly valid. It is breaking out, I get it. And I'll be looking at it tomorrow. I just wrote it down to make sure I put an alert for this stock tomorrow, because you're in a territory from 130 to 140 here, or maybe 139. That does spell a little bit of a breakout. And while that was going on, we talked about the high of the day and not reloading in Coinbase. I just took more shares out. Like it's at 69.33. Like it looks like it only wants to give you a buck. This is a trade that when 2 o'clock hit was paying you a couple of dollars on a pullback, and now it's really starting to get shallow. So no reloads, gonna have to give us one up. It's been a good trade this afternoon off this level, but clearly you can see what the market is doing if you're not watching the overall market. The other things that I'm in, look, will GameStop matter too much that the market's taking out the highs? I'm tending not to think so. I think that's why we're fine sitting in this one. And IMPP, they had the offering this morning. It's basically been grinding. I got this one off a lower high. I don't think there's any concern there. MKD is kind of a similar stock. It's like a penny stock, which has already capitulated a couple times. So that's not going to worry about the market. What I do still, there's one thing left, which has not taken out the highs. And as long as it's below that 12.6 on the NASDAQ, we haven't broke out. Yeah, Tesla is still relatively weak, but it's not at the high of the day yet. And we're running out of time for it to make that test. Should I have stayed in the long? Yeah. Probably should have stayed in the long in Tesla. That was clearly a mistake. I got wicked out while Powell was sort of going back and forth in his whipsaw action. And by the time he made that final exit, I mean, this is the candle, right? Like this is the candle, and it's you got a $5-6 candle in there when it boomed to the upside. Kind of tricky to get into Tesla, but it's not near that high of the day. Running out of time to be able to put that trade on. Stick to what is working for you, to be sure. I also wanted NEO, but remember that was a dip buy. There's no dip in NEO. It's just kind of sitting there doing nothing off the highs. And if it's not moving and it's not giving you opportunities, then you shouldn't be rushing to try to trade it. We like NEO today. I didn't take the break. I wanted to dip on NEO. That's what worked 2 days in a row. It was just too strong. It didn't even want to give you the dip. Brendo?
RDBX, red box, guys, trying to make a move here. Just popped up on the volume scanner again. You can see through that 310 area. Big spike there for red box.
So the boxes that are red. All right. So, Walmart right now. I just called it up on my other charting software. We're actually going to do something tomorrow. So join us tomorrow on this same time. We're going to talk a little bit about layouts and what me, Neil, and I, Brendan, we all look at there. Brendan will talk a little bit about the news and what he looks at for that, and the platform that he's using, and so on and so forth. And we'll talk about how we have everything set up. I apologize for these wicks. Unfortunately, we do get every single trade being reported on our software. It's just what we do, and I've complained over and over about these, but unfortunately, nothing can be done apparently. Okay, 132 right now, and I don't want to zoom in this close, but I have to. We've already taken that out. The 50 period was missed on that. Walmart's bottoms of 130. I mean, you're not going to get too much clearer than that. Let me go over to a 20-minute just quickly because I don't really love that chart there. Okay, so here's a 20-minute. I don't know. What is that level? Let me just zoom in a little bit more here, just thinking about where we want to take this. I like to normally see like a lot of the garbage cleared out. We might have just missed it because it could have been 130, 150, which isn't too far away. And then what's that level? 132.50? I don't know if we get there. It's too bad I can't let me just use this here on E-signal. Maybe we can see a little bit better there on this chart. Yeah, there it is. So let's see. Yeah, what is this? Yeah, so it still is kind of these levels. Maybe even right here. We're getting close to maybe getting in on this. And maybe we should get into some Walmart here on a move back up. But I never like, this is down 11%. I don't really like getting into longs on names that are down so much on the day. So I don't know, Walmart, let me stir on this one, but I don't mind a Walmart long. To me, I just got to find the level. It might be 132.20 or so. We're come back in, so I think we should stay away possibly.
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from Redbox. I was just putting in the chat there for you guys. Like 330 to 335 was a bit of a thing for RDBX here. And you'll see, since it had just I've went over this a few times, always read a complete press release on a stock. And it's not just to save you from getting into trouble, but this probably should have been the single best trade I had in the last couple of weeks on RDBX. And if I had known what the fair value of the deal was at the time, then I probably would have held on to it from $6 all the way to $3. I didn't do it, but 330 is your level, 330 to 335. It's been here pretty much for the last 5 trading days, and it's trying to make a breakout. So that you are seeing it slow down here isn't too big of a coincidence. I think there's room to continue to go to the upside, but it's a tricky one, guys. I think certainly if you're getting into this at this high of the day, understand that this is a stock that as much as it has squeeze potential in it because of the float, and because of the interest that it has to the short side, this could also be back towards $2 to $1 relatively quickly. So, take your gains where they are. It is chewing through a key level. It's strong enough that I didn't like it short at this price, so I'm not really going to be taking it. And I just took some more shares out of GameStop, and a good thing that I did, because if you have a short that's still working, yeah, it's starting to come back to the upside here. So in that consolidation, I got more shares out. I did not adjust my stop, so I will have to go ahead and do that now because I don't want to actually get long on GameStop through the high of the day.
All right, so what's up to Irish Mac? Look, I know I introduced to many of you there, this is a while ago, that 3-day rule. There's a lot of people that didn't really follow it or whatever. It's something that I've been following for a very long time. I won't be buying Walmart in my own account. I was just simply talking here. I don't mind buying it. Like I said, I sold it out. I sold out of Walmart at 152 when it was going to the upside. I missed. The high was 160, but I remember on the show, I was telling you guys, I didn't really understand the move there all the way up, and you guys told me why, and I still sold anyways. But all right, so right now, Walmart, this could be wrong, but I just flipped the script on it. I was thinking about longs, and then I just thought, hey, why not take a short right now? We're long AMD, so if the market continues to run, we'll get a little bit of bump from that, but we will put on a bigger position on Walmart because it's a starting position right now. AMD, we've already gotten out. I wish we still had a big position on AMD, but right now we'll short Walmart. Right here. So we're short at 131.60. And again, these tops are 80. So if we get back into here, 80, I'll take some more shares, and then it won't be a long time, but we'll wait for 132 to break. So hey, here it comes. So now, we almost got that. We were waiting. How far did that go? 178 there. We're at 185, 31.85. So we'll see if we can get that short. But now it's coming back in here. So hey, I like the Walmart trade. My first out is here at the 50 period. So if we can get down to 130, 130, we'll take 30 cents on that. And then we'll see if we can retest the lows of the day here on Walmart. So right now we'll short. Unfortunately, I can't zoom back any worse than that, unfortunately. So not much to see here other than now you know the plan of action that I have, and that is to get out of Walmart if we break 132, and then to start getting out on a profit side if we're able to, right down here at 131.20 or so. And again, this is just feedback that I've gotten from you guys on Twitter. You want to know my exact ins and my exact outs. Well, we paint them on here for you every time we get in. It paints it. And then also right there, I'm waiting for another short at this high of 131.85. So looks like we'll get that in a minute. As Walmart, this is just something that we're going to try to hold into the close in case the market pulls back.
Redbox just went absolutely nuts.
Okay, so yeah, go over there. I'm not even on Redbox. I hope you're long if it's going to the upside, short to the downside.
Well, I said I wasn't going to take that 3, but the good thing is I said the reasons why I wasn't going to play that level at 330, 335, just a little bit too strong. And then it decided to make the break, which it did from this level before, which is at 330, all the way up to this, which is like 350 to 370. So Yeah, look, I didn't think it was going to go that fast. And then all of a sudden you get a capitulation at the next level up on the daily chart there. Well, sorry, the 15-minute chart. So I did get in on that short. This is why you always zoom out and go to the higher time frame. You are now seeing it start to come back in. So I'll start getting some of this out. I wanted to get more shares up at 75, but that was a quick turn. I just barely was able to even pay for the shorts in time on RDBX. Ms. V?
Hey guys, just 30 minutes left until the end of this trading day, and I really ask you to like this video as we need just 130 more likes to get 1,000. I know that a lot of people on the chat are excited about that also, and I'm super happy to hear that. 4,500 people watching us right now, so we need your support, team.
I like the mystery. Oh, sorry, I said that aloud. Thank you, yeah, for the support for sure. We're having a conversation about the bell today. I like keeping the mystery, but I don't know.
Is there a mystery? I don't know. It's up to whoever wants to ring the bell can ring the bell. Up to you guys there. I know there's a lot of talk for Tony the Tiger always on the bell. But I like Ms. V.
That's a given.
So yeah, I think we should keep Ms. V on the bell as much as we can this week. Okay, so let's just watch out here. Yeah, thanks to Bears vs. Bulls Media, our new moderator. So if you see him on there, thank you again for that, and thank you for continuing to put our positions. I know there's a lot of people maybe don't see on the screen, and Bears versus Bulls will definitely have that out for you right now. What I was going to ask for before we threw there about, or you were in that red box there, was the imbalances, because they're coming out in 20 minutes. It's already 3:30 right now. I got to have some more water here, but we'll watch out for those imbalances. Why are they important? First of all, I feel like Walmart's going to have an imbalance on it, to say the least. So that's going to be, I just hope this doesn't tick me out of my trade before 350. It might do it. I mean, 20 minutes in this market is like an eternity. So we may get out of this earlier than we hope for. I'd hope to still stay in case it's a sell imbalance. That's what we'd be looking for Walmart. So we're into that short, and we're just playing off of 132 for now. If we take it out, I mean, my out's going to be a little higher than 132, pennies higher. So, if that ticks out right about there, 132.10, something like that, there you go. So now we are into our full position for Walmart. And again, we have a decent amount of shares here because we're only giving this, like, what am I short, 72? So we're only giving this 30 pennies, right? So if it takes, so here it goes. If Walmart wants to go, that's fine. It's going to take it out. Remember, I was debating long and just kind of got tossed up with what to do here. So right now we're short Walmart, 131.70. And unfortunately, if it does take it out, we will give, it's just ramping up. It's getting real spicy here on the ramp up. I mean, you can really tell, what's happening. The market's not doing anything, and they really buying up Walmart right now. So this is going to be a slippery slope, but we're sticking to our guns here. Now that we're short at 72, we can start getting out here on some of these moves for 20 cents back down to 50. So if it does manage to get back down, now the market's taking off, which is great for AMD. There's no doubt about that. But we're going to watch out for this 130-150 if it does come back in for Walmart. So little slippery slope. I feel the Spidey senses right here tell me that possibly Walmart wants to take out that 132. So just get your orders in. My order's already in right now. If it goes up, that's it, man. We'll lose on Walmart. That sucks.
Yeah, three things. Coinbase took out that 70 again. So good thing we took some profits at that 50-cent mark. It didn't want to give that dollar again, so I'm out of it. But I reloaded on our DBX, and the Spidey sense kind of told me, no, the Spidey sense didn't tell me to reload on it. The wick top on our DBX told me to get into the short. But shout out, and I said I hadn't seen the Spider-Man movie. I have now seen it. I don't know if I told you this. When I said I hadn't seen the movie.
You asked me, should you click it?
Somebody sent me, and look, I pay for everything that I watch, people. But someone actually sent me a link. It's like, hey, you can watch it for free. I don't do that. My brother's an animator. I actually do not believe in watching that stuff for free.
You just said you saw Spider-Man.
I did, but I paid to watch it. I paid whatever it was on Amazon Prime. It was on Amazon Prime, so I just paid to watch it. It's fantastic, by the way. But my brother is an animator, so I'm one of those for my own personal, moral reasons. I just can't shortchange that industry because that's what puts food on the table for my bro.
You're the one that told me about ice films or whatever.
That was years ago. First of all, Ed was the one that was on that. I just told you that. I might have mentioned that was his site. That was Ed's, and I had not to call you out there, Ed, but I don't use that stuff myself, but it's out there if you want to. No judgment, but I don't like doing it because...
Anymore.
I used to. I was like everybody else, man.
Hey, man, I mean, look, we lived in the Napster days. You guys might remember Napster
No, it was
or
LimeWire, dude.
LimeWire.
That was
Yeah,
the one.
Napster was really popular too.
But that was the old.
What was another one, Mark? Kazaa, yeah.
Yo.
Kazaa was a jam. That was a good one, man.
my jam.
And I remember it's like, even being in university, it's like, everything was so slow. It was like, okay, today's your turn, and tomorrow's somebody else's turn because it would take forever to
So
download.
Adrian never downloaded.
Oh,
so I was like,
you're lucky.
Yo,
then.
like you'd wake up and like you'd be like, yo, you put something on, go to class.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about your roommate clogging up the line or anything like that. Like that movie be done when you get home. Brenda, probably shouldn't be admitting to all this stuff.
I haven't heard that word Kazaa in so many years. Kazaa was like a guaranteed virus for your computer. It didn't matter what. Anyways, FedEx, guys, 5.6% here, back to day highs as well on volume. What a day for a bellwether of sort for FedEx.
Yeah, okay, first of all, like FedEx, great. But I mean, Brendan, man, like you got to know what you're doing. Like there's a way, like, you know, you're not actually getting, I had no viruses on my computer. I was good to go. That's all I'm saying. There's a way to do everything.
There's always a way, and there's also a way sometimes to change up your mind a little bit, right? So we just got some out there as, for some reason, again, Walmart just started cascading a little bit to the downside there. So we sat there and got a 66 bid there. So remember, we're short 73s. We only got a 66 bid there, and I couldn't. It's only out at 10%. I mean, this is nothing. It's just it kept cascading down, sort of stopped there at literally at 66. I put a bid and got filled. So saving a little bit here on this move for Walmart, but it looks, see, like here it comes. Like, so it was just kind of doing this where it just started, it just started ticking down. And all of a sudden I was like, wow, we're in the 60s. And then we were talking about Kazaa and LimeWire. So I was like, you know what, I'll take this opportunity to get out there. So now our average price 74. We only took out a whopping 10%. So let's see lower. I do have a bid at 55, like we said. And then hopefully, I mean, as you can see, the 50 period's coming up. My idea was always to get out at the 50 period, but when I was in it was down here at 30s. So now it's back up to the 50 spot. So see, here it comes back in again. So now we're instantly back in the money for Walmart. So I don't know, maybe I'll take a low 60 bid now. See, and then there it goes, rips right back up. I want to be in this name into the imbalances. And I just don't want to get stopped out, but we're trying to stick with our rules right now. Long AMD and short Walmart are the only two trades that I have on board.
You guys are going to use, so what you can't see is Lucas and Mark teeing up an interesting shot. I don't know what's going on there. I was just trying to flash some slides. There.
Oh, there it is. Ooh, wow, that's horrible.
Ooh, whoa.
We got whited out right there,
What
boy.
There
it is, yeah. You know,
That's a little blinding. What's going on
it's
there?
picking up one of these lights.
I
You
like
guys
the
better
shot.
not do that again. If someone else is watching, you guys are going to get fired probably.
That was
there it is right there.
intense.
I like it. That's pretty cool. They're showing off some of the cameras. I get what they're doing.
I know you guys got to do it,
Yeah.
but we should do some of this, right? Like you've got to make sure that you line these pins up and sort of knock them out when they come in. And I know sometimes as things are moving really fast, you know, the explanations can run fast and furious, and that's why we're trying to go over on the charts. Like the 15-minute chart that I pulled up for RDBX, I didn't like it at 30.30. When it got to that next little hump that you can see right here at about this 30.70 area, that's where it rolled over on that really big capitulation day. So I looked at each of these resistance levels. I didn't like the first, I did like the second, but pay yourself. I'm almost out of it. At this point, I still hold a quarter of the position as it only went to 30.50 here. I am trying to bid down to VWAP, but we're running out of time. We're about 25 minutes before we have to be flat at the end of the day. And we got a question about EOSE, and I mentioned I didn't like getting in here, and I made the assumption that you were talking about a swing trade. It's probably a little bit more appealing if it was closer to $1.50. It might actually get there. I'm still holding some of the short. I still have my bids layered down. This one looks like it's just doing a bit of a rollover right into the end of the day. I actually have to adjust some of these just to make sure that we don't overfill to the long side. But it's just the small caps that I'm left in here because, like I said, Coinbase took out the high. Oh, give me a break. Yeah, it's actually still right at 70 even. It doesn't want to go. Tesla does not want to test the high. No trade to be made in here for Tesla for me. We're not getting 765 unless something drastic happens. And I don't like making that play at 345, at 350. Like if I make a play in one of the big market movers, I'd almost rather just trade the futures or like the Qs or something like that in front of or off that imbalance number, something along those lines, or find an individual name that comes out with a big imbalance that I can fade. It's a big buy imbalance. It goes into resistance. You fade off the top or vice versa. I like that play going into 350, but for me, it's these small caps that have respected some of these levels that we're able to take. RDBX, and the reason why you try to pay yourself off is your counter trend. The stock is going ham on volume, and it's going to come right back into these tops. Well, it's trying to come right back into these tops anyways. I'm not reloading at the 70s, which is where I've been taking the short pretty much the entire time. I think if it does make another test higher, I'd almost want to see it get to like 75, 80, try to really fail that break before I would add to it. There's actually no need for me to reload, but that's what I have to see. I'd want a better price or not at all for RDBX.
Where am I long AMD here? Okay, so I'm just looking at the chart. We've sort of left AMD because it's like just bouncing like 80 cents in the money, $1 in the money, like just sort of flying around here and just not doing anything. So we're barcoding here. We're barcoding in the market. Normally I would just be getting out of this, but I'm just going to use these bottoms because I figure like if we take out this 102.25, then we probably break lower on the NASDAQ, right? And so, if that breaks lower, we definitely want out on that. So we're going to just talk a little bit here about getting out of AMD at 102.25. There goes Walmart back in. Now, okay, so we were just, what was I bidding, 55? You guys heard me say that, right? It went to 56. Happens, this is just over and over again, but we'll get it eventually. So Walmart coming back in, putting us back to our day's high. I might just honestly just get a Walmart bid out rate. Okay, here it comes, hopefully it comes down. Might just put a Walmart bid out again here. Nah, it's not low enough. Let's put a bid at 61. Maybe if it comes flying. I can't believe we just missed that by a little bit here. So with the futures, the imbalance, now we're starting to come down here as the NASDAQ's starting to crack. I got to get that AMD trade out to get out right now. What did I say? 101, 102.25 right there. If we break that, we're going to get out. So Walmart's coming back in. We still don't have that fill, but we are going to. Yeah, there's the Bentley.
Oh, come on, Fahad.
Shout out to Bentley University.
You got me. You got me. No, these guys are messing with the shot. So I was
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I was just playing to the camera for a second, and then of course they put me on camera. But I did want to address a question because we got a couple of questions, and I'm only in the small caps now. I probably won't do anything else until we get to 350. So I'll go two here. Kintech asked, do you guys think we have made a bottom? And Flameboy asked, do you guys try the EMA crossover strategy? For day trading, on like a minute chart, like a 1 minute, 5 minute, 3 minute for day trading, I don't actually use that strategy. However, for trend trading, I think it can be useful when you're establishing a trend to look at EMA crossovers to just say, no, I like that direction on the stock, and I'm going to hunt for resistance if it's crossed, the 50's crossed the 200 to the downside. In terms of making a bottom, what I personally believe what you're seeing is a temporary bottom. I still think we head lower. I think there's a room to run to that downside at least a little bit, especially on the SPY as well. But in terms of making a temp bottom, yeah, that's what it looks like we're trying to do here. And I'm going all the way back so you can see on the Qs what this 300 level was, previous resistance into support in early 2021. And then you had that jailbreak down, and you're holding the higher low and then trying to make that next break to the upside. And if I kind of go from there to what you're seeing on the NQ here, and I've sort of been talking about this, you still need to break out of last week's tops, and this is what I'm getting at. But this is what temp bottoms look like. You just had the Fed kind of give you a tiny bit of a green light there. It's not a huge one, but a tiny bit of one. You had a wipeout low, and you're trying to break out of this channel. We clear this level here, and there is room to the upside. We talk about gaps on individual stocks. Pretty big gap on the NQ. So if we get through 12.6, there is room to run. Like I'm actually, get your popcorn ready. I'm waiting for Arun to just come on in his morning reports one time and say, we clear this level and my next level up for resistance on the SPY or the ES. And then all of a sudden it's not even on his chart where he talks about it. He did that the other way to the downside once last week, and I want to see that to the upside, but the NASDAQ still has to clear it. It's looking like a temp bottom. I'm seeing dying volume and volatility, grinding to the downside. We broke major support on UVXY and been grinding lower since. Those are the kind of things that can lead to a temp bottom.
Yeah, exactly. We might have even, I mean, look, there's still 2 more guaranteed half-point interest rate hikes, right? So, the bottom, who knows if it's in or not. I would tend to say no, but no one can ever ring the bell at the bottom. We have no idea where the bottom is, that's for sure. So that's why we talked about dollar cost averaging, and we tried there. Walmart went to 51. Okay, we got out. So we got some out there at 60, then we got another piece out at 55, but we did not get anything lower than that. So now, unfortunately, I don't know, it wants to go back up to the upside. Our AMD. So that breaks our level right there, and we get out. It's not looking good now as we retrace a little bit higher, but hey, that ends the trading there on AMD. The number 1 stock, obviously, net-wise here on the show today is AMD. I lost the Street Fighter thing on here. I don't know where that is, but we'll go perfect on that today for me anyways. Could always have more shares, but I don't think I could have better executions for that one. So we'll just hit the home run for AMD today. Just really happy with its performance, just all longs, long. So we stay long in that. And then right now we're just waiting, man. 6 more minutes now until we figure out the fate here on Walmart. Looks like it's gonna get figured out a little sooner than that as we're trying to break right now 132. So I'm glad to get out of 30% of this trade right there for wins. And it looks like, yeah, net, obviously it'll be a loser as we still hold 70% as it's trying to take down 132 right now. I could reload this into the short, which normally I do, but honestly, I'm just going to hold this, see what happens. If it goes down, great. That's sort of the plan. We bounced off that 3150. It's shown its colors to me a couple times here. So if we get another opportunity to get out in the low 60s, we'll probably do that. And then hope that these imbalances, and whenever you're using terms like hope, it's never a good thing. So when you're in the imbalances, you're kind of just hoping that they come out your way. I can't control these market on close orders. So we'll wait to see when that comes out, hoping we don't take out 132. But if we do, you know what's going to happen. We'll get flat here on Walmart.
Yeah, and there goes the top again on RDBX. So I had about 20% left of the position there, and I reloaded it at 385 because it put a wick top. It'll be hard to see. I used a 3-minute, not a 1-minute. And since I've done that, some of these tops are a little trickier to see, so I do apologize for that. But there was a break of 80s. It got to 90, pulled back. I got 85 and stopped out at the high of the day. Hard to see on the 1-minute chart. The next level is obviously $4, just because it's a round number. But I'm starting to trim almost everything out here. So I'm just in the last of EOSC, the last of IMPP. Probably only going to trade RDBX, although I see people talking about Fisker over and over again. And I don't want to pull away from RDBX because this might be my last trade. But Fisker up 8.5%, and actually at the high of the day. So congratulations to anyone. I saw someone talk about it this morning, and I didn't pull up the chart, but there's a lot that's strong today. So congratulations if you're in Fisker. I just jumped back in RDBX. That's now a failure at 99, which is in front of $4 last I checked.
Oh man, I'd love to short like a Microsoft or an AMD right now into this move. The market's now coming back in. It's just, do we have enough time to get a return on this? We're positive. This has been my best day, not my best day of the month, but pretty close here, man, as we're going to go 6 for 6 with Walmart pending right now on this trade. So we're going to watch out for that coming through right here. But again, Microsoft would be a short that we would like. I don't know if that's something that we should take right now. I'm really happy with Apple today, up to 149.05. That's been a good one. We talked about going short. Remember, I made the declaration earlier that we were only going to go long on Walmart, but we did go short and made a little bit of money, not a lot today on that name. So I do still like this 149.50 short, but that's probably not going to come in. And if it does, you don't want it because the market's going to be ripping upside. So let's keep some of these names on our watch tomorrow. Walmart, not Walmart. Walmart we won't do. We're just in Walmart now today. Yeah, Upstart started to make some moves. Unity making some moves. Fisker was a good one. Let's check out Rivian today. This was a name that I wasn't in earlier. I know, my kid destroyed this name to the upside today, just took the long off the open. It's really worked, man. It's up 10%. It did give you some dip buys. So I talked about this earlier. I really wanted it if it came down in here into 24.50. That didn't happen. It took off early, came back, gave you some of these reloads right at the pre-market high, and then now you see it just take out the day high again there on Rivian. The only, I keep saying, Like, I've never said Walmart more in my life. I don't even own shares in Walmart. But right now,
Walmart.
yeah, it's coming back in here. It's back into the money for me. Now into the money a dime piece. Let's see if it can get lower. This is where we wanted it. Back into the 60s. So here it comes back in. Give me that 60. Yes, sir. Give me that nut. As there it is right there. The squirrel always gets it. Down to the downside right now. 131.60 coming into play. Like Brittany, oops, we did it again right there. Downside move coming for Walmart.
Yeah, it's getting too close to the imbalances. Like, I'm actually going to start getting out of some of these. Like EOSC, just want to cover the last of this trade because it's not going to move any further. Even RDBX, it's like, it's 348. I know it's a good level, but you revisit these. Like, I'd probably be in Upstart and trading it if it wasn't so late in the session. I see you guys talking about it, like big time top on Upstart, worth taking a look at. So I'm just not going to be in this trade. Like, this is one. Look at how many times it's failed at 47. If it's at 47 tomorrow, yeah, you can bet your bottom dollar we're going to be trading off of that level on Walmart. Sorry. Oh, for the goodness gracious, you got me saying Walmart. On Upstart, I mean, but that's one to file away for tomorrow's trade. I just got out of everything except for RDBX. You know, as long as that one's going to hold for, I'll try to give it to like 340 or so. 350 or so when the imbalances come out.
Yeah, sorry about that 7 apes, man. I mean, I'm just distracted with, making
Walmart?
Yeah, Walmart, making cash on all these other names right now. So right now, a name that I'm not normally in, but we go over to this one and it's boom, goes the dynamite, as now we're back into the 50s again here for this name. So nice move downside on here. So wow, there we go, even lower, man. Are we going to get that 50 bid? I'm bidding 50s. Probably should just bid 51s. Like, you never want to bid the even penny there. Like, that's crazy. Should have bid 51s and would have got it. We're literally at 50, and then it just rips back up. So a good trade there. Here come the imbalances, man. So this is what they are. So they're going to start to show up. Yesterday, I couldn't get ARCA to disappear. There it goes. Now it will today. So we're going to watch out for this. If Walmart comes through, then it'll be on there. And we're just looking to see in only 20 seconds, there's going to be buys, there's going to be sells. My Walmart, though, and there I go saying it again, I'm just going to make sure that I get the right amount of shares because now we are out of Walmart, the majority of them. We still have 40%. Let's see if we do get some fills now at 50 with only 6 seconds to go. You're going to see, watch the NASDAQ, 2.28. Let's see if I think there's going to be buys coming through, but we'll see here. There it is. Well, Uber is always a sell, so there's a sell in Uber. Walmart, it's dancing. It's not doing much. Do I even see it on here? I do not. I should have marked. We can highlight different names, but again, I didn't want to do. I could have opened up a different one, but right now it's Uber with the sell side. Let's see what that's done to Uber. Is that for? Oh, I was going to say Uber's down 11% today. Nah, it's not. It's down. Oh, it's up 2%. So Uber right there on a sell does nothing but goes up there. Twitter, I just saw as for some reason I click on it and it disappears. But there's Twitter right now with a little bit of a sell. That's not really feeling anything. So it doesn't look like it's too much. AT&T, I don't see much on here, guys.
Yeah, not a heck of a lot. I'm watching Upstart here.
There goes Walmart,
it doesn't even go to the
way.
high, but obviously you saw Uber on there. I did see Twitter, but these buyouts, they tend to be there almost every single day. Citigroup's a sell imbalance, by the way. Citigroup for sure. That was one that was very, very strong this morning, but let's see a sell imbalance. That fade trade could have come into play if we had seen any kind of a pop up to like 51.50, but I was looking for strength, guys, and we didn't really see it there.
There it is again. Mr. Karen, I wish this show was sponsored by Walmart, but one thing it is sponsored by is money, right there, because there it is right there, man. Look, there's Walmart right there, perfect. Short. I would have loved to have that as my only short, but there it is. Done to the downside there. We put another bit of money there in our pockets. Yo, what's up, Flame Boy? He closed his TQQ trade. Great job. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Flame Boy, not me. Thank you for watching and getting us to where we need to get to. And on that note, with only 9 minutes left, 1.1K likes. Let's see if we can do a bit better. 4,500. It's a record today for viewers on the afternoon show. So thank you so much. 4,500 viewers right now watching. Let's see if we can get a little like parade going right now. Not just that, share the show, man. That's what we're trying to do. Get YouTube to understand what kind of show we're doing. There it is right now. Walmart, down goes Walmart, man. 60 cents in the money on this name. So, hey, today, once again, Ice Cube, another good day, and it's only Tuesday.
It's only Tuesday. Yeah, it's actually not even hump day yet, guys. And tune in for the rest of the week, obviously, but that 2 1/3% that we're up right now, I'm telling you, if we get past it, that 12.6 is still a bit of a line in the sand there. I wanted to come quickly, just if I could, to Twitter. Twitter was a big, it won't even load up now. Twitter was a big sell imbalance, like 1 million shares, but it's been super strong today. Off of 37, give me a break. Are any of the charts working for Twitter? Yeah, I can't even bring Twitter up. 37 has been super strong. It's feeling like, at some point we're going to get a resolution from Elon Musk here. Is he actually going to drop the bid or do whatever? But it's looking like the market is expecting to have some kind of resolution because there's buyers en masse today at 37 even. I was talking about it this morning. I said I would be looking at it at 37, then I never got to it. But that looks like there's an established level on Twitter, at least from what I saw today. Brendo?
Another one that may have to look at tomorrow as well. Vuzix Corporation, which is VUZI. This thing has a 27.5% short interest, so there's that. Up 20% today. They just on Twitter announced there's going to be some announcement online tomorrow from the company. So heads up with Vuzi tomorrow.
All right.
Well, I can't bring that up.
Yeah, I want to say a big shout out here to Douglas PC. Y'all make me want to prop trade. Exactly. That's the whole point. We're sponsored by Day Trade the World, the #1 prop trading firm in the world. So right there, that's the whole point right there. And yeah, look, we just have a great amount of fun here today. And actually, that's what the infamous Fahad said to us earlier. He's like, man, you guys make me want to day trade. And I said, no, it's not as easy as you think. But, it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of good time here. And we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for all of y'all. So thank you so much for coming through. There's Veru, by the way. It looks like, the Bulls are on parade one more time as we'll give the big thumbs up to Veru shareholders right now as you just took out that 1550 level, went to 1560 and starting to dance around again. Remember I said in the history of Veru, there's only been 2 days that we've closed above 15. Let's make that a third day right now. Stay above this 15 level, close above here. We close it on that day and on that day. No other days above, lots of days here. So maybe this is the next leg up for Veru shareholders. So a nice day. Congratulations to everybody out there who traded Veru. We traded it yesterday. Did really well on it. It gave us a reload opportunity this morning. We didn't take it right now. Walmart, sponsored by Walmart, remember, Mr. Karen, down right now, 131.85, a nice 70-cent winner to end the day. I like that look right there. This is a good one as we fool around with the cameras, but there it is. Thank you to Mark. Thanks to Lucas for that one. And again, thank you to everybody, man. I don't know what we're at for the likes count, but that's a good one there. 1.5K, go ahead.
Before we go to earnings, someone asked, AT&T is now a 640,000 sell imbalance. So not really much of anything on AT&T. If someone's curious about it, that's what I just saw. There's still a few earnings to get to. Well, I mean, it's the beginning of the week. We have a lot of earnings to get to for the rest of the week. Brendo, what's on tap?
Yeah, as we said, wow, Veru still going. Big week for retail. So more to come tonight from the retail group, guys. And remember, there's a NIO question mark on here as well.
Yeah, that's a weird one, man.
We should have just put NIO on there with a question mark. That would have been pretty fun. But regardless,
it's trading like.
It doesn't even matter. Whether or not they earn or not, we'll be here. Check the sticky note tomorrow for more trade ideas. But Target, obviously, watch out for that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they're a completely different clientele. Maybe it's a little different, Walmart versus Target. We'll see. But if it's supply chain issues, then, I mean, I can't see it any different. Obviously, we're short Walmart and
Target's been stronger.
Let's see what Target's down today. So Walmart down 11%.
Only 2.
Target only down 2%. So, yeah, probably some more destruction to come tomorrow for Target. But again, different clientele. They weren't at some of the highs that Walmart were at. I mean, Target's already been up here. Realistically, it's been a fall from 250 already down here. So this trajectory looks similar to Walmart. But again, if this is going to Walmart itself tomorrow, then you have to take down like 180, all
like
the way down here. It's not going to do that. It's not going to go to 180 tomorrow, but hey.
Target only trades 13 times.
Yeah, I can eventually eat my words on that, but hey, we've seen Target to the upside like 40-50% in a day, so let's just hope that doesn't happen tomorrow. But Walmart right now making that move down near the low of the day, and we're short, so that's a good move. With only 3 minutes left, looks like Miss V will be on the bell.
Yeah, we were just talking about Fisker. Fisker at the breaking out. Continuing to break highs of the day on Fisker. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm looking at Target just because I think there's a lot of things different about Target and Walmart. Walmart is still relatively expensive, and I think that's part of the reason why it had some trouble and fell from up there, whereas Target's been punished, and it's a pretty solid valuation. I get it, our word, all that good, but that's a buying opportunity if it cracks 210. If it cracks that support level, I'll be stink bidding it if we see anything close to those 180s, 190s. I don't think we will. But stink bids get filled sometimes.
They sure do. And just for everybody, okay, so we're just out of Walmart there at 17. That's a nice winner right there. As we stack up the cash with only 2 minutes left, we can take a quick look here at the imbalance locator. SRNE, ooh, that's a blast from the past. Uber, still downside. All the banks look at that out on Walmart, by the way. That's going to be a good one. We just got out there at 17 on Walmart right there before it goes back up. Ooh, Sean, cancel your stop orders now. We don't need to get long in the aftermarket for pre or post market in Walmart. There it is. So some of these names still on there if you want to have a quick look. We do have everyone that's been wanting to know who Fahad is. I just saw him with the mallet. So get ready. He may or may not be. This is the teaser. It's like a cliffhanger. He may or may not be ringing the bell in approximately 1 minute and 30 seconds. So yeah, as People's Trader, we try not to disappoint. So he most likely will be ringing the bell in approximately 1 minute. The infamous Fahad about to make his debut.
Well, I mean, you guys have seen him before. You're accustomed to seeing the back of his head in the dark little cavern that is the control board over there. Which, by the way, if you think like a trading setup is complicated, like I got keys coming out of my you-know-what, like for when I trade on New York and NASDAQ stocks, but that setup over there is like, I don't know, it's like some kind of crazy video game. Not that I'm any good at those video games, but it's absolute nonsense. The market is going to close, I shouldn't say on the highs of the day, but above the Fed tops, that's to be sure. And suddenly I want to watch the Fisker close. But Fahad is making his way, at least I think,
500
over to
subs
that
until
bell.
300.
Only 500?
500 subscribers until we get to 300,000. Make it happen right now.
Yeah, make it
Let's
happen
make it happen right now.
It'd be way more exciting for it to happen right now with Fahad on the bell, trust me. Like he might do a little bit of a dance. I want to see him outdo Tony.
I feel like Fahad's not a dancer.
He's a hip-hop guy. I bet you he could crip walk.
He could probably. He ain't doing it, though. I
don't know what he's doing over there.
I don't know what he's doing.
You good, Fahad? Okay, he's good.
I see what's going to happen.
Okay, I see what he's doing. The countdown's on, but you got to be in front of it. The countdown is on. Camera needs to be on.
Not happy. Not happy.
Dude.
Not happy.
No. 3, 2, 1, whatever, man.
No, Fahad. Wow. The Undertaker. The Undertaker is in the building. Okay, well.
That's some old.
Look, now Fahad has angered me.
That ain't right.
And honestly, not only have you angered, someone that maybe you shouldn't be, also the people are now angry. We do not want the viewers angry, so I'll be speaking with Fahad. Hopefully tomorrow he does have a piece there, Fahad. Because you know what, Fahad? You ruined it because I could have put Valeria on the show as well. So that's the whole point here. But anyways, that was pretty fun. Fahad, the mystery continues there.
He's Wilson, he's the Pokeroo, he's all those things in one.
Who is he? He is Big Bird. Okay, over to Brendan. How did we finish up, my man?
Right, very positive, right across the entire board. Nice rally this afternoon coming off of our friend Jerome to the upside here. 2.5% for the NASDAQ leading. 1.97, almost got to 2% there for the S&P. So nice day, guys, right across the entire board.
All right.
Yeah, we closed on those highs pretty strong. I mean, with the exception of crude oil, which has been that's sort of been inverse, I suppose, to what the futures have been doing.
Like, I had one of my best days in a while, and I'm not happy right now. The chat blowing up, very disappointed with Fahad. Hopefully he can come tomorrow.
It's not that bad.
Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully, yeah. Very suspicious. I agree. But yeah, it's great. Fahad does a fantastic job at the production. So that's been absolutely great, guys. What a fantastic show. Earnings coming tomorrow. Thank you to somebody that starts with an F over there. Thank you to Lucas as well. Thank you to Mark for all your hard work once again. Thank you to Miss V. Miss V had a great day trading today, so thank you to Miss V today as well. There's the hearts always going through. Thanks to Brendan, and most importantly, thank you to Trader Prad. Trader Prad killing it in the midday show.
Most importantly.
Yeah, exactly. There he is. What's up, Trader Pratt there. I just heard him yell about Jimmy Buckets. He's getting ready for some player props tonight. So, hey, guys, enjoy all the sports. Should be a good one. There's lots of, there's a lot. Go Florida teams for you, Playmaker. It should be a great day. We're back tomorrow at 8:30, man. So if you want some more of this fun, join us tomorrow. For everybody here at Trader TV Live, we're back tomorrow at 8:30. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Hit the subscriber button. See you guys.